Welcome everybody to the second episode of the One Talk One Piece podcast, the podcast to listen to if you love One Piece or if you breathe oxygen. My name is Lee. I'm the host of the show, and with me is my co-host Kento. Kento, what are your thoughts on there being no One Piece this week?
Oh man. First of all, what's up, Lee? Thanks for having me on the podcast. I'm pretty bummed that there's no chapter this week. I think the official release date is on 19th, so yeah, that sucks.
Man, it's like a double break.
Yeah, I guess
2
Oda
weeks,
needs
isn't it?
to recharge on some ideas. He's been giving out some good stuff lately.
Man, the double break kills me. But since there's no chapter this week, what we'll be doing is we'll instead be giving our predictions for chapter 968, and we will also be giving our thoughts on the end outcome of Wano. As well, we have our regular segment, so our topics of the show. This week we have 3 topics. They're going to be our top 10 manga or anime that we've watched or read, our top 3 best villains in One Piece, and we'd be discussing as well the idea of freedom in One Piece. What does freedom truly mean? And who is the most freedom in One Piece? And we'll be ending with a trivia. So we've changed our special segment for now, just for now, to a trivia. So me and Kento, we found this this site full of One Piece trivia quizzes. We'll be tackling them every single week, and we'll see how we do. I'd say, what are we, Kento? Are we solid One Piece fans, or are we hardcore?
I'd
Or
say
are
we're
we like,
pretty.
are we fake fans? Are we plastic?
I'd say we're pretty veteran, hardcore One Piece fans.
I'd say out of 5, or like a 4, maybe 4 or 5, maybe. No, maybe like 5 is hardcore. 5 is like the most obscene characters, But
Oh yeah, I don't think we're at that level, but
man, but
out of
we
10,
don't need to be. Like we know our shit.
yeah,
We know our shit enough. All right.
yeah.
You're gonna see. We actually did a quiz before. Kento won, but he got lucky. I got the only hard question of that trivia. 10 questions. I got 4. He got 5 right. Fair enough.
Yeah, that
We
was
haven't
a
posted that though. We might post it later.
pretty
But
bad
it was really
quiz.
easy. It was
Yeah.
like man, that was quite easy. Don't lie.
Also, Lee was actually originally planning to do a review of One Piece Stampede, but I didn't actually get to see that movie yet, so that's a bummer. So we
Check it
can't
out,
really
man.
do that review. Yeah, man.
Check it out.
I
Check it
think
out.
every hardcore One Piece fan should watch. But Film Z has always been my favorite One Piece movie, so yeah, I mean,
Just
can't
my
wait to
quick
watch it.
rating. Like, you know how strict our rating is. Like, 10 out of 10 is really, really high. So if I give like a 7, that's still really good. Like, that's good. I give Stampede like a 7 out of 10. That's pretty good, man.
It's pretty
Like, just
good.
for
Worth watching.
comparison, the Bounty chapter was a 10 out of 10. The recent Bounty chapter was 10 out of 10. And the latest chapter, the 967, with Roger laughing at the end, that was, what did we give that? We gave it 8 or
I think we gave it
7.5?
an 8. I
Yeah,
think we gave it.
that was an 8, but 8's still a really good score, and that was a great chapter. So I give Stampede a 7. Mainly, I'm not going to spoil anything, actually. You know what,
Yeah,
you can
and
watch it. But
I
it's
mean,
good, it's good. I think it's good.
Yeah, Film Z was so good in the cinema that
Film Z's
I think
better.
Stampede would be pretty good visually as well, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, Stampede had the potential, man. Like, at the beginning, it had the potential, man. Like, I was like, this could be better than Z, but in the end,
The premise seems better, but yeah,
oh,
I haven't
man,
seen it yet.
so much potential, but I'm not going to spoil anything. You
Right.
might like it. Some people think it's better. A lot of people think it's better.
All right, we'll see.
Sorry, film. Yeah. Anyways, let's get into our predictions for chapter 968. How about you go first, Kento?
You
What
want
do
me
you
to go
think is going to
first?
happen and in the chapter? Yeah, the next chapter.
All right, thanks. So the last time we left off, they were looking at Rafta. We got the flashback with Roger, and even up to the point of his. Did we see his arrest? I don't think so, right? But
No, not yet.
all right, not yet. So I think my prediction for the next chapter, we're gonna see a lot of stuff concerning, concluding just that flashback. I don't think we're gonna see Raftel or what the One Piece treasure is. Obviously, if we did see that, that would be a big problem.
That's
And
a
I
big
think,
problem.
yeah, it's a big too early. I think we're gonna see.
Way too early.
No way. Yeah. I think we might see we're not gonna get the full experience, but we'll see them probably disband the pirates. We're gonna definitely see
That's
Perhaps
quick, man. No
Odin
way.
going
Really?
back to Odin
Oh,
maybe goes back to Wano, and it's revealed that Kaido's already there, maybe, or we might see that old hag in Wano that's backing Orochi.
yeah,
Maybe we'll
yeah.
see that
Wow.
with the
Yeah, yeah,
Granny Kaido
yeah.
Orochi. I personally I want to see Moria and Kaido like just get fucking like that flashback. I want to see that, but I don't know when.
Oh
If
man,
I,
no, I think that you know what? I think when we get into the war, there's gonna be even more flashback. This
oh yeah,
flashback is quite conclusive. Like there's a lot of things involved, but
yeah,
man, we won't see Moria and Kaido this flashback. I
oh yeah, yeah.
like we're too far ahead for us to see Kaido in his youth. You know?
Yeah, we probably won't jump back and see Kaido's backstory. Like with
Not
Big
yet.
Mom,
Yeah,
we saw her
we'll get like a
backstory.
Big Mom sort of thing. Yeah, we'll get
Yeah,
that again with Kaido, which is I
so
can't wait for that as well. I think it's gonna be
same.
fucking
I think it's
interesting.
gonna be way more interesting than yeah, but I think
Big Mom's was pretty good, dude. It was dark. It
it
was she
was
ate.
solid,
That's
man.
dark. I like that a lot.
I like the fact that she was
That
a
was
giant
sane and
kid.
shit right there, huh?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I like the fact that she ate all of them. It reminded me
Yeah.
of Toriko, when Neo. But
Oh, dude,
anyways, yeah,
Neo. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that later
right.
in our top 10.
But yeah, I think
Oh,
also we might see uh, I think Whitebeard and Roger might have one more significant conversation, maybe. Hopefully, something to do with the history of the world. What maybe Roger will reveal what he's found without talking about what the One Piece actually is. More insight into that. But yeah, that's I got
do you
nothing.
think do you think we'll see Odin Kaido next chapter?
Odin versus Kaido. Maybe the end of the next chapter might start that confrontation. I have a feeling. Maybe. I think
Yeah.
maybe yeah, like the hint of that first conflict or encounter. But I think we'll be sticking with Roger for the majority of the next chapter. I hope.
I
Yeah.
hope so, yeah.
What about
All
you?
right. So I've noticed that Oda takes breaks after 3 chapters. So every 3 chapters he takes a break, and the third chapter is usually like a big bang, like a big chapter, like a big shocker. So I think the flashback will go on for 3 more chapters, and then another break, and then we go back to the main story.
Hmm.
That makes sense, right? It's logical. So
Yeah, that's
I
good.
feel like the last chapter, the flashback will end with Odin being boiled alive, or like him dying. I
Mhm.
do think the next chapter though, we're gonna stick with Roger, and we're gonna see him disband his pirates. Maybe midway through the chapter, learn a bit of lore, bit of
Mhm.
secrets, and we're gonna see Odin go back, and the chapter will end. Sorry, Odin will go back, but because he gets lost so easily, someone has to go with him.
Right,
And who
right.
goes with him, man? Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because he needs someone to navigate him, right?
Yeah.
So, man, like I don't know who's gonna navigate him. Maybe it's gonna be Inu and Neku. Maybe,
Yeah,
perhaps.
yeah.
So we
Could
see
be,
them
yeah.
go back, and the chapter will end with Odin seeing the factories,
Mm.
and maybe he's gonna see Kaido right there. Like I think
Yeah,
he'll.
oh,
The
that'd be
last
dope.
page has to be a shocker. So
Yeah,
I think Odin will arrive at Wano at the end of the next chapter,
yeah.
and it's gonna be a like either like just a bunch of factories. Wano is like desolate, it's destroyed. Maybe Kaido is there. I don't think so though. It's too early. And then the following chapter, 969, um, he will see Kaido, and the fight will start. And then 970, they actually fight. He wounds him. He cuts him with Enma,
Right.
and then Kaido beats him. Kaido beats the shit out of him, and then there we go. Flashback's done.
I
But
like
but I
that.
mean I mean I kind of went over briefly, but when I say the Roger Pirates disband, that's gonna be like at least 5 6 pages. Like there's gonna be exposition, there's gonna be lore, there's gonna be emotion, and I don't think we'll see Roger get executed. It'll just say like, oh, Roger got executed. Maybe
Yeah.
have like one panel of him just standing there with the two um, guys who are cutting him.
See, because I think like
Stabbing.
the problem with
Yeah.
not a problem with the not a problem, but like thing about this flashback is I think also that Oda can't really show too much of the
Yeah.
with the Rogers crew, so he has to balance that out. Like he's showing
Oh.
us
Yeah. Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that, but I think
But
he's
when I
still
say
saving a lot of
exposition,
stuff.
honestly, the exposition is what I'm interested in. Like I just said, they'll show exposition, but I mean when they disband, right? We're gonna see what happens to Shanks. We're gonna see how Shanks feels, how Shanks reacts to that. We're
Hmm.
gonna see Roger say something to Shanks as well. We're gonna see Rayleigh, be really, really emotional.
Hmm.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but each of the important Roger pirates, like Crocus as well, he'll go back to the Capes. like everyone's gonna get a bit of exposition. That will take up the majority of the chapter, and we just see like we're not gonna waste time fucking like following Odin literally traveling to Wano. We're gonna just see him get there, right? Maybe like a panel of him sailing with Neku and Inu, or someone whoever's gonna guide him, right?
Yeah.
And then he's just gonna get there. That's like 2 pages.
Yeah.
What about the other 14 pages? Like it's gonna be exposition of Roger Pirates, maybe exposition of the world, like what the world's reacting to. I think there's gonna be a little time skip as well, but that time skip will be like the setting for the exposition. It's like, okay, in these like 2 weeks when the Roger Pirates disbanded, or these few months, whatever, this happened.
Yeah.
Shanks did this, Rayleigh did that, etc. Oda's gonna depict it in a good way, and I think I'm really gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna really enjoy the emotion, and I feel, we'll end with Odin getting to Wano like fucking shocked. And you know what? We said this last time. He kind of deserves it. He deliberately abandoned his people. Honestly, I told you, it's just plot. In real life, if that was real, dude, you're with the Pirate King and Rayleigh. Like, just go in there, destroy all the factories, and just like, kill fucking Orochi, and then leave. That takes you literally 2 minutes with the squad you have. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
he's gonna leave again.
If he had any logic, like even the fucking Roger Pirates, like they're looking at Wano, they can see what's happening. Fucking tell the guy, say, okay, bro, we're your friends, you're on our crew. We're gonna just go in there, destroy the factories, save your country real quick, real easy. There's no one strong there in Wano. All the samurai are garbage. All the samurai are fucking trash. All the ninja are trash, except Ashura Doji, who's a good guy. So, if there wasn't plot, it should be a no-brainer. But because we know we have to follow a plot, there has to be a sense of danger. Odin's going to get back. He's going to be shocked. All right. But it's his fault in a sense. Yeah, so that's what I think is going to happen.
That's good stuff, man. I think I like what you said, like how we're going to get an emotional conclusion to the Roger Pirates.
An exposition.
And then ending with a shocker of, maybe potentially Odin seeing Wano just get fucked by Kaido. I think that would be dope.
That's not a reveal. We know that happens. It's just how it's depicted. Maybe Oda will draw like a really nice panel, like a really, a double-page spread of just like the destruction of Wano, and maybe something interesting in that panel too. Maybe there's like a little detail there, like maybe the sky is like cloudy, showing that Kaido's there. I don't know. Maybe you see the numbers there, just like eating people. I don't know. Some sort of detail there, but I can see it. I can't really articulate exactly what's in my mind, but that's how I think it will.
I know you. Yeah, that sounds.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think about the end outcome of Wano? What do you think is going to happen? How do you think it's going to end? And what do you think will be the aftermath?
You mean the flashback or the current?
No, of Wano, the whole Wano arc. What do you think is going to be the ending? How is it going to end? What are the fights? And what is the repercussions / aftermath?
Well, I think first the Marines have to get involved in some way. I think Kizaru's gonna, or like one of the admirals, definitely gonna show up. So there's, the consequence of that, and then Marco and the remnants, they have to be involved somehow because they were in the color spread and they've been kind of, shown in this arc. The aftermath of Wano, dude, I think it's gonna have huge repercussions with the Poneglyph, and it's hard to say because I think there's so much that's gonna happen, and I think Big Mom, I don't see both Yonkos falling in this arc, dude. I really don't. I don't know why, but I just think it'd be. Yeah, I mean, Otis.
People think they will, and you know what?
Yeah, Otis built that up.
Kind of makes sense that they do fall, but I hope not. I hope they survive and they don't waste their character. I mean, Kaido's only been shown for like 1 or 2 arcs.
Listen, really. if they had the remnants of Marco, Straw Hat Alliance, the Marines get involved, then that's a lot of firepower. But I think
that is the final war. Then it's like
we've hardly gotten
this is the end. Then
we've hardly even gotten to see. We hardly even got to see King, let alone like Big Mom's other commanders. We really got to know these guys. So I don't know if they'll all get taken down like so soon. And how many chapters are we in?
I hope Wano is not the final war. Like
it's not.
I mean, it could be as long as there's something even bigger after. I mean, a war doesn't necessarily have to be the most important thing. Honestly, I would
Yeah.
find Shanks versus Blackbeard's crew,
Oh,
if they
much
show
more
the fights, if they
interesting.
show the scale,
Yeah.
just as good as Wano War with everybody,
Oh no,
you
I
know?
think
But that's
that
just
would
two
have
crews. But
way more repercussions, man, as in
yeah,
terms
yeah,
of
of course.
characters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's a final war either. Like, no way.
But you said Marines will show up,
I think Kizaru will
Yonko will
show
show
up.
up, Marco will show up, Straw Hats are there. Like, that's everybody. That's a lot of people. Almost everybody.
Because why? Because remember the color spread for Wano? They had Marco in it, so I think he's gonna be involved in some capacity. I don't know what his role is gonna be. And Kizaru, oh, the Marines will definitely get involved. I don't think they'll stand pat, even though Akainu's kind of been reticent in his approach. Akainu's kind of having his hands off from Wano right now, but I think. Oh yeah, there was that chapter where Sengoku told him. Remember that chapter? I think it was the bounty chapter or something when Sengoku was talking to Akainu, and he was like, he told Akainu that there's something else about Wano Kuni that they should exercise caution about the Marines.
You know what I'm gonna say? You know what I'm gonna say, Luke? I just had an idea.
Right.
Well, part of the idea comes from another theory I heard, but I think the Marines won't show up. I mean, the Marines are there, but I don't think all of them will show up. One, because they're chasing the warlords, and two, I think Blackbeard is in cahoots with the Gorosei. I think Blackbeard is secretly working with them.
And you still have Aokiji, who's an undercover agent of sorts on Blackbeard's side.
I think
don't know.
the majority of Marines are gonna either be dealing with warlords or with Blackbeard and Shanks.
And that's the other thing too. We haven't seen that.
That's just speculation. There's not really anything to base that
We
on.
haven't
But I mean,
seen.
yeah.
You reminded me of the Marines versus Warlords dynamic. We haven't seen what the outcome of that has. So maybe the end of this arc, we might see that. Who knows? Maybe not. We'll see the aftermath of that. I kind of want to see that though, because the last time we saw
between
that.
each act, we see that.
Yeah, that was some serious stuff. But the Marines were getting they were surrounding the warlords, and I mean Kobe and crew were on Hancock's Island. Mihawk was getting surrounded by warlords. So yeah, you're right. They're going after the warlords. They might not have the manpower, so to speak, or resources to, also dispatch to Wano with all that's happening there. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, we don't know how it's gonna end. How do you think? How do you see Wano even going? Like, concluding.
I honestly, it's hard for me not to think that one of the Yonko will die. I think Kaido will die. Big Mom maybe get away, but then it's like Big Mom has so much more screen time than Kaido.
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel Kaido would die because he's like he's the main villain.
So you think Kaido's going down this arc for sure, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't mind if he goes down this arc. I think the question is just the manner in which it's delivered. Like, how is he gonna lose via one-on-one with Luffy, or is he gonna lose to more collaborative effort? I hope it's the latter, personally. But with all the build-up that training that Luffy's getting, who knows, man?
It's kind of like he has to die because there's no space for him in the in the rest of the series because he's too powerful. Like, he's in my top 5. He's too powerful to be left alive.
True.
He's too much of a big factor, X factor, Like, if Luffy's fighting the Gorosei, Kaido's still alive somewhere, he's not just gonna be sitting idle, like fucking scratching his balls, Like, he's gonna want to be in there. He's too much of an X factor. So I think he has to die, but it's unfortunate. I wish One Piece would go on longer, and Kaido dies in another arc, but I think he's gonna die or be captured. He's gonna be out of the story, basically.
Right, but I think there's still a chance for that because we talk about another time skip and all that. But not only that, like, I think the thing is Kaido just seems so daunting at the moment, especially when compared to Luffy. And then when you look at the fact that, look at how little we know about him. Like his record against the Marines, the Yonko, like all the battle scars he sustained. Like he's apparently like unkillable. Like we still don't know how he's that strong. And then is he? We don't know like what he even is. Like is he a human? Is he a giant? Like we don't know. Like what the fuck he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, there's so much that we don't know about Kaido
Dude, he's
himself.
an ancient. Yeah, yeah. I think he's a hybrid of an ancient giant and a human.
And then there's those things that we
He's
saw in his banquet, right?
Yeah, yeah.
His what were those? Yeah, man, those giants. Oh man, I forgot the name of those creatures, but yeah, there's still that connection. So there's not a lot we know
Kaido's
about
depressed about something. Yeah, those numbers are also, I think, part
the
of his
numbers.
race.
Yeah, yeah,
But
numbers,
Kaido's
yeah.
a half-breed. I think he's a half-breed.
Yeah,
You want me to tell you what I think of Kaido's backstory?
yeah, of course, yeah.
I think he has the dragon fruit, right? Obviously, he's not like
Yeah.
he's not a dragon who ate the Oni fruit. I think he's a hybrid between an ancient giant and a human. I don't know how they had sex. I don't know how they reproduce, but I think he's a hybrid. And I think the rest of his clan, like the rest of his species, shunned him. They kind of like discriminated against him, and he was depressed about that. But for some reason, I don't know how this makes sense, but the hybrid of an ancient giant and human is really strong, or just maybe he's genetically gifted. Maybe his father or mother is one of the strongest ancient giants. He said,
See,
fuck all you guys. I'm just as strong as you, if not stronger. And he killed his entire race. Because we don't see any other ancient giants except Ors and Ors Jr., right? I mean, we've only seen
like
Ors
that.
Jr., Ors Jr. And then he must be depressed about something, right? So maybe he's depressed that he's the only survivor of his clan. Or maybe his clan got wiped out by something else and he's the only survivor. Because we've only seen Ors Jr. and these guys are known as continent pullers, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And there's definitely a race of them. So, like, where the fuck are they? If they're ever just a number, if the numbers are the only remnants of this race, or if this race isn't even extinct, I just think Kaido's like a hybrid form of these. Maybe it's not a human. Maybe it's like a whatever species are there in One Piece.
I really like that theory.
Yeah,
I like
I mean,
that
like
theory.
something to do with his birth makes him immortal. It makes him very.
It makes too much sense, man. Like I think you connected all the dots because number one,
Why can he breathe
has the
underwater?
same horns. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He has the
Why
same
can't they
horns
kill
as
him?
Ors, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's obvious
at the
he's
same
related to
time-
that race, but I mean, he's not big, right? He's not as big.
Exactly. Like the numbers are way bigger than him in terms of just pure height.
Big
but
Mom
he's
is bigger
like-
than him. Yeah, yeah.
He's around the same size as Big Mom, which makes me think:
Yeah.
does he have a connection to Albaf as well, or is he like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so much.
what if he's like a giant and an ancient giant combined? Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Because
And
giants
then
are
it's
smaller
so-
than ancient giants, so he's in between. He's like maybe like the giant who his father or mother is really small, but the ancient giant is like, normal size. So it's like he's somewhere in between. He is big.
Yeah.
Like he's like 10 times bigger than Luffy. So
Yeah.
he's still big, but he's just not giant or ancient giant size.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or
So
maybe
he
he's
has
like
to be a
midget.
hybrid.
He's a midget giant. He's a midget giant. What if it's a gag? Like he's just really short. Like he's a midget, and that's why he's depressed. That'd be jokes, but I wouldn't put it past Oda to.
I mean, a long time ago, people had theories before we even saw what Kaido looked like. A lot of people said, "Oh, Kaido's gonna be a midget," or some shit like that. That was pretty funny. But yeah,
He is small though. What do you think? What do you think will be the aftermath of Wano? So how do you think the world will change? Like bounties? What do you think?
right. Well, obviously, Straw Hats bounties are gonna change. I think a lot of the stuff that's been hidden from the outside world in Wano is gonna come to light potentially. In terms of the succession and Kaido's nefarious activities, to kind of isolate Wano and not isolate, he didn't isolate, but to control Wano's resources. And yeah, like I think potentially like it could be a huge, like in the same way that Doflamingo's fall kind of broke,
The gears,
broke the gears, like hell broke loose. The same shit's gonna happen in Wano, except the scale's gonna be, on a much more paramount level. Yeah, it's gonna be big. What about you? I mean, anything specific you think's gonna happen as a result of the events on Wano?
I think the borders will be open, just like they said. The borders will be open. In terms of repercussions of the open borders, man, I think it's gonna be bad. I think when they open the borders, I think the sea stone. I don't know. Okay, so this is what I think. So the borders will be open. It seems all good. Everyone's happy. Everyone's like, "Fuck, we have freedom now." People of Wano are freed. Liberated. But then I think after Wano ends, and the Straw Hats leave the island. All said and done. There's a little scene at the end there, where we see some fucking Marines or Blackbeard go into Wano and take all the sea stone. It's like it's like oh, good ending. Oh wait, there's a little caveat.
Yeah.
Your sea
Now
stone's
we're
gone,
coming in.
and now one of the evil factions, either Blackbeard Revolutionary, oh no, either Blackbeard,
I think it's
or
gonna be
world
the
government.
world government. Yeah.
or the world government sees all the sea stone. I think CP0 maybe will get all the sea stone, and that kind of leaves like, oh, that's like negative. That's like a bad thing, like shit. The Straw
It opens
Hats
the
may have
floodgates.
liberated Wano from Kaido, but the world government now has all the sea stone, and maybe a poneglyph. I don't know.
I think
But,
that's plausible.
That's plausible, and I think the bounties will increase by a lot.
Right.
I
Yeah,
think,
of course. Yeah.
fuck, I think Luffy's bounty after Wano, I think it's gonna be 2.5 billion. Go by a billion.
Right.
That's a lot.
What
2.5
about
billion.
what about Eustace?
Zoro? Oh, Eustace? Useless? I think Eustace will get shit. I hope he gets at least 2 billion.
Yeah.
But that's a huge increase. That's you have to increase reasonably. So it's unfortunate, but I think he'll get 1.6, 1.7 billion, 1.7 billion. It's
See,
lower
but
than
in a way-
Luffy's, but it doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
right? Kid should be equal to
Exactly.
Luffy, right?
And
But,
that's what I'm thinking. You
yeah.
said reasonable, right? So
but it's
I'm
such a
thinking
huge increase, bro.
Luffy's-
It's more than 4 times. We've never seen that before, have we?
Luffy's increase has been unreasonable, in my opinion.
Same.
Like, yeah.
Same.
But yeah.
It's unreasonable, but I mean, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I think Luffy and Kid are equal. They have to have one fight where it's like extreme diff before the end of the series, and therefore, by that logic,
Right.
if I believe that, and I think Kid will kill Kaido as well. I think Kid will get the final hit. So okay, but even then, like if you go from 400 something million, that's fuck all. If he goes from that to 1.5 billion, that's still a massive increase. That's a massive increase. Even if you get the final hit on Kaido, like that's still a, that justifies 1.5, but does it justify 2.4, 2.5, 2.3? Debatable. But going on the logic that I think Luffy and Kid will have an extreme diff fight eventually, I give Kid, if Luffy's 2.5, I give Kid 2.3.
That's a tall task, yeah.
I mean, dude, that's a fucking more than 4 times plus multiplier. That's ridiculous. But, I mean, it could happen. I just think it should be more. I think Kid's bounty now should be like 800 million at least. And then, okay, fine, it's more reasonable. It doubles, a bit more than double, fine, whatever. Triple, whatever.
So I'm glad you brought up the borders being open and the repercussions of that. But who do you think is going to be the new Shogun? Do you think who's going to replace Orochi at the end of the arc?
Momonosuke.
Okay.
Momonosuke, yeah. Who do you think?
I was thinking, I mean, Momonosuke,
Has to be
but
Momo.
then, I mean, yeah, he's the next one in line, right? But
You know what I'm hoping for? I'm hoping that
Kinemon?
what is her name? Oh, fuck Kinemon. What is her name? The person who has the age fruit. What is her name? I should know that. Chiffon? No. What's her name? The ugly
Chiffon.
bitch. Oh, the ninja. You know the girl?
Yeah, the really big-headed one. Oh man, can't believe
Fuck,
she's
how did I
one of
forget that?
the scabbards, right?
No, she's not even a scabbard. She's fodder. She's not even a scabbard, dude. She's just like an assistant of Raizo.
You want
Honestly.
father to
She's
be
Raizo's fuck buddy. Okay, whatever. That ninja bitch, she has
Alright.
the age fruit. I hope she ages Momo on some Hunter x Hunter shit, and Momo becomes like Odin level, maybe a bit under Odin level, and Luffy and Momonosuke.
biologically.
Yeah, but I mean, why is Momo not super strong now? Like, doesn't he have the genetics? Because at this age, Odin was really strong already, you know. I guess not that strong, but I mean,
Because he's still
you know,
a kid,
abnormally
right?
strong. Like he
Biologically.
took down a bear like 4 years old or something. I doubt
Oh,
Momonosuke can do that. Yeah, remember Valor?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, if they age Momo like 20 years back to his original age, because he time traveled, right?
He looked
And
like
that's
a
the reason.
badass, man.
I wish, bro, that she did that on all the
That's a
Straw
good
Hats. I
theory.
wish so. Cause I
Yeah,
want the
that's a
Straw Hats to
good
look older,
prediction.
right? They look like fucking kids. But if
I don't think
Momonosuke
that's
gets
gonna
aged,
happen.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
but
won't happen. It
yeah,
won't happen. But it could happen to Momo because Momo's gone
yeah,
through
yeah,
time travel.
right.
So
I
because
hope that
he should be
happens.
20 years older, right? So Momo at 24 years old, or how old is he? 26 years old. He's gonna be a fucking beast, dude. I wish that happens. And you know the whole thing with Nami and Robin, where like he's touching their tits and shit. That's gonna become like a gag. That's gonna be like, okay, now Momo is gonna be this fucking hot ass guy, and Nami and Robin are gonna be like, oh shit, like that guy was in the shower with us, and he's kind of fucking like ripped, and he's strong. Like it's gonna be like a little gag there. I can just see
What
it.
the?
Everything connects. Yeah,
Yeah,
everything fucking connects. So
that's a good prediction. I can
that's my
definitely see it
prediction.
happening.
Yeah,
I
I
hope it
think Momo's
happens
going to age based on that person's devil, the lady's devil fruit,
because
the ninja.
The Shogun needs to be strong and formidable.
Yeah, and then
He can't be
Momo will be Luffy's ally for the final war.
representing Wano. Yeah, that's dope.
Exactly,
Yeah, I
and
like
Luffy
that
has
a
another
lot. I like
territory
that a
with a
lot.
strong ally.
I
Strong.
like that a lot.
Like if he's half as strong as Odin, that's a fucking strong ally. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
hell yeah.
like who do you like? Okay, I
That's
don't
a
want to get too
asset
sidetracked.
in itself. Yeah, true. Yeah, but that's good
Like
stuff.
I
That's
think
good stuff.
Heroes is probably Luffy's strongest ally right now. That's like under his territory. Is Dressrosa his territory? Kind of like it's an ally, right? Bro,
Yeah,
fucking Kiros is his strongest man. I think Kiros beats Bartholomew. I think he beats Cavendish.
but do you think Marco is gonna be part of that
Marco
alliance?
doesn't count. No, Marco is a Whitebeard pirate. But I mean, he will be in an alliance. But I mean, it doesn't count. He's not a straw
But
hat.
he will be
He's
one of
not.
his.
He's
But he
separate.
will
He's
be
a
one of
different
his strongest
faction.
allies. He will be one of his strongest allies, though.
He's not an ally yet. He's not an ally yet.
Not yet, not yet. But I mean, in the future, who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, obviously Marco can beat Kiros, but Kiros is pretty good, dude. But I mean, if you had Momonosuke, who's at Odin's level, that's a force, dude. That's like having another admiral.
Yeah,
That's
and you have the
crazy.
entire Wano's
Odin's
military
admiral
as
level.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you have all his samurai as well. Yeah.
What do you think of
So yeah,
Zoro's bounty, Sanji's bounty, the Straw Hats? Go through them.
I really hope Zoro gets a huge increase. I hope he gets to do just more throughout this arc. Like every fight makes him better, not necessarily stronger, but just
He should have at least 1 billion at the end.
I think I hope if Luffy's gonna get like 2.5 billion, I hope this guy gets like 1.8, 1.9 billion, man.
Yeah. How about Sanji? At least 1
He shouldn't
billion.
be he shouldn't be that far behind as well. I believe.
Man,
And
fucking Sanji should be neck and neck because his bounty's higher than Zoro's now. He should be the
I want to
same.
see him beat
If
like
Zoro is 1.8, Sanji should be 1.7, 1.6.
yeah, fair enough. Because in terms of bounty, they should be But then I think Zoro has a little bit more renown though, and he's more notorious.
But Sanji's bounty is higher right now.
True that, because he's
Yeah.
one of the Germa, right?
Yeah. So
Formerly.
I think end of series Zoro is stronger than Sanji, and I think his bounty will be higher, but it should be a very small gap, you know.
Yeah, I mean either way,
Because the
we
Straw
know the
Hats should be
Straw
a
Hats.
special crew. It's not like there's a first, second, third command. Like, okay, Zoro maybe is the first commander, right? And then Sanji's second, fine. But then it's like, it should be different, where the Straw Hats' first and second commanders are much closer than the other crews. You know what I mean? Like look at okay, not King and Queen. Like I think Ben Beckman and Lucky Roo are pretty close.
Yeah, I think it just depends
But
which dynamic
yeah,
they
yeah.
mirror.
Because it's like Sanji and Zoro. I think, bro, it's extreme diff either way. Even end of series, it's extreme diff. It should be extreme diff. If it's not extreme diff, that's a disappointment. For me, that's a disappointment. For me, you're not utilized. You're not really changing. You're not making the story you're not making the Straw Hat dynamic more interesting. You're just making it the same as everybody else. It has to
Well,
be a bit
listen, I
different.
think
Where Okay, so Zoro wins, fine, but it's extreme diff. Like it's fucking honestly, it could go either way. Right now, I actually think they're equal. But end of series, I think Zoro can win, but really extreme diff. You know, so I think their bounties should be very similar.
I mean, I think if Rayleigh and Scopper are like that close, you know, inch to inch, I can see that going extreme diff. Then there's no reason why Zoro and Sanji shouldn't have the same, you know, similar dynamic.
But even based on what we know now, right? Like Zoro, like based on the enemies they fought, you know, especially pre-time skip, like they're pretty much equal, dude. You could say maybe Zoro edges him out, especially post-time skip.
Yeah. I think post-time skip.
Post-time skip, yeah. Zoro
Oda's
really edges.
been wanking Zoro.
Yeah, but that's bullshit, dude. Like, what the fuck? It's because I told you, right? I told you what happened. I think the one of the Sanji voice actor, I heard this somewhere that he kind of was flirting with Oda's wife. So Oda's making Sanji look like shit now. But that's bullshit, dude. That's not really part of the story. That's just Oda being
That's personal.
Yeah. Like Sanji should be above Admiral level. He should be around. Bro, it's possible the Straw Hats could have 3 Yonko level people at end of series. It's possible. I would love that. I would love it. I think Zoro will definitely be Yonko level, end of series.
Oh, yeah.
But the question is, will Sanji be Admiral level or Yonko level?
I think Sanji should be Admiral level. I think it'll be like
at least.
Luffy will be well above Yonko level. I think it'll be like
this is where I think. I think Luffy's versus Zoro at the end of series extreme diff as well. But therefore, I think Sanji Luffy's extreme diff too by that definition.
I don't see it. Luffy being because I think Oda's just been jerking him off too hard.
Fair. Right now, yeah, Luffy's stronger.
Luffy's just
fair enough.
Which is
but I think Sanji and Zoro should always be very close. Or else, what's the rivalry mean? Like, why are they arguing then? Why are they always arguing?
For me,
why is that?
I don't really mind as long as the gap between Luffy and Sanji isn't fucking huge. You know, to me that would be disrespectful. I don't want to see like, oh, if Luffy can mid-diff Sanji, like screw that, man. I don't want that to happen.
But if you make Zoro and Sanji equal, then Luffy can't mid-diff Sanji. You know what I mean? Like Luffy's not mid-diffing Zoro ever.
But then by that logic, then Luffy endgame would need extreme diff to beat Sanji.
No, but you just said that Luffy and Zoro will be big difference, like high diff, you know?
Right. Yeah. So
make high diff Sanji too then.
Yeah. I want that. Yeah. I don't want him to really.
I think Zoro endgame, man. Like I just can't. Like Zoro is such a popular character too. I just think Zoro will be really strong. Endgame.
Sanji will be really strong as well. I think Sanji will take an Admiral endgame.
Bro, I hope he can be Yonko. I hope him and Zoro are Yonko level. It also depends how strong Mihawk actually is because I think Mihawk's Yonko level. But Oda could fuck around. Oda could fuck around, right? We don't know. Oda could make Mihawk, Admiral level only. I don't like that.
Or he could make him Prime Rayleigh level. Who knows?
I think he's Yonko. I think he's above Prime Rayleigh. Well, maybe similar. Go either way. I think he's Yonko level though. But Oda could make him Admiral, which is still fucking good, right? Like Admiral.
Oda can do anything. I mean,
the thing make
Dragon is like we don't know either. Like
Oda can do anything he wants. So
yeah. I mean, Hancock's another example. Like, we haven't seen Hancock do shit. Like, we don't know, like, what... I mean, we assume she's around Doflamingo's level. But, I mean, Oda can do whatever he wants. Yes. But, yeah, anyways, I think we're getting a bit sidetracked. Sorry about that.
Hugely sidetracked.
Extremely, yeah.
So, let's go into the topics now. So, now we'll be going into our topics. So, every week, we're going to have 3 topics that we discuss. Our first topic is going to be the best One Piece villain in the series up till now. So we're going to get straight into it. Kento, who do you think is the best villain?
All right, so I want to say that my favorite villain is different from best villain. I think the best written villain... Yeah, I think there's a difference between the best written villain and, who I prefer. But if I'm going by the best written villain, I think Marshall D. Teach is... All right, So the main antagonist is Marshall D. Teach. I think the second, or at least close to that, is Akainu, and then the tertiary villain is Doflamingo, in terms of impact, in terms of ideals, contrast, values.
So why do you think Teach is the best villain?
So I think Teach is because I think the way he's written, man, the way he was introduced up till how he's built up, he's not a static character like a lot of the other One Piece villains are already well established. Like they have a standing in the world, but with Teach, he kind of similar to Luffy, he was an upstart. Like nobody really cared or knew who he was when he was first introduced, right? Like he wasn't really that. Yeah, exactly. He's the anti-Luffy. I think he and Doflamingo are the best because they represent, different contrasting parallels to Luffy's ideals. But in Teach's case, I think he's a much more of an antithesis to Luffy. Like Teach, he's again, like I love the way he was introduced. We know he was in the service of Whitebeard for 22 years, and then he just climbed his way up. He had he was a warlord with a bounty of 0. Like he was an absolutely unknown pirate before then, and then he jumped to 2 billion after the time skip. But just putting aside like power, like I was completely blown away by how he was introduced in Mocktown. When like my first time reading One Piece, his first mention was in Drum Island when they said that he sacked Drum Island with his crew. I was like, oh, Blackbeard. Yeah, of course they're gonna introduce a pirate named Blackbeard in One Piece. Yeah. And then in Mocktown, like him being the fat ass in the bar who was arguing about meat pies with Luffy, and like he was so similar to Luffy. I thought he was just some random dude, man. Like, and it turns out, and he gave one of the most memorable monologues, speeches. Like you didn't think he was a bad guy.
Speech, man. That was such a good speech. That was such a good speech.
And then after that, to then be revealed that he has Luffy's wanted poster, he's like, oh, I'm gonna catch him. And then they set off before Luffy and them go to Skypiea, and then we know that he's Blackbeard. It's like, well, what a revelation! Like this guy is actually being built up to be, at that point, I knew he was gonna be important, but wow, like looking back and then seeing how they met again in Impel Down. Him beating Ace, capturing him, all those, like he's been a constant presence in the series. Yeah, he's recurring. He's a big bad of the series. He's the arch enemy of Luffy. He was basically responsible indirectly for everything that went wrong in Marineford, with the Whitebeard pirates, with Ace's imprisonment, and then even like his actions all the way like years ago when he killed Thatch. Like that kind of was what triggered when you think about it, it's crazy how that action triggered all the events that happened in a way, like afterwards. And in personality traits, the fact that he's so he's big, he's cheerful, he's idealistic, he cares about his own crewmates, but he's also evil. I mean, he's cowardly, he's got all the traits of a classic villain, but he's also very mysterious, man. Like he's very mysterious. Like we don't know where he's from, we don't know what he's about, we don't know like some of the stuff that's been said about him, like how he can eat 2 devil fruits. Like there's a lot of mystery surrounding him, so I think he's a very interesting villain. And I think, as you said, he's the most recurring villain, so he has to be, he is the the pinnacle villain of One Piece.
Yes.
What do you think?
So I would say end of series, I would agree, Blackbeard, even though we don't know what he's done. I'm talking about now. I think Doflamingo is the best villain right now. The reason why I don't think it's Blackbeard is because, yes, I think end of series he will be, because we'll find out more. And hopefully, like 9 out of 10, I'm sure, he'll have an interesting backstory. And he's not just, you said he has all the traits of a good villain. Because we haven't seen everything from him. We haven't even seen him fight properly. We've seen Ace, but that's like nothing, Now he's got 2 devil fruits. I want to see how evil he is as well. Like, what's his real motivation as well, The reason why I think Doflamingo is because the reason why I like Doflamingo is because I don't think he's just pure evil. He's his own character. He's his own man.
Yeah.
He's not so easy to read. Like, you could say he's evil. Yeah, he's a bit of a dickhead. Like, he's a bit, he's brutal. He's brutal.
Yeah, he's sadistic.
He's brutal. He's conniving. He's sinister. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he's also very smart. He's very intelligent. He's a businessman. He attracts babes. He attracts women. He's very good with his devil fruit.
Very
and the thing about him, and he's the only character who's a Tenryubito who is a pirate. So that's unique. And what makes him different from other villains, I think, is that he cares about his subordinates.
Yes.
When Jola was kidnapped, he's like, no, don't hurt her. Like, just tell me what you want, Yeah. When Virgo died, he's like, okay, partner, it's been a good ride.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like he actually genuinely cares about his crewmates. He will sacrifice like his crewmates, and his crewmates love him too. Like Monet, she said, "I believe you're gonna be the Pirate King." She's about to suicide. Virgo would die for him, obviously. And who's the other one? Someone else wanted to die for him. Someone else. Fuck, who was it?
Basically, a lot of his crew
A lot of
members
people, a
were
lot of his supporters.
so
It's like
loyal to him.
he doesn't
They were
treat
like
them as pawns,
family.
and they
Yeah.
don't mind being pawns. You know, they don't mind. They're like, let me be your pawn. And he's like, I care about you though. You know what I mean? It's not that
Yeah.
normal.
It's family.
It's not like
family.
I want to refer to Stampede. It's not like like you know where the typical villain would sacrifice his crew, sacrifice
Yeah.
his men. You know, it's not like that. He's not like
Like a
that. He's
bad
actually his own
boss, yeah.
character. Yeah. He actually genuinely cares about his crewmates. So
Hell yeah.
he's not completely evil. He's just sinister. He's just brutal. But he's not
Yeah.
like he has done some bad shit, obviously. He's a pirate. I mean, like Shanks said in the beginning, like pirates aren't saints. What do you expect? Luffy's technically a villain then. He's also a pirate. I'm pretty sure Shanks has stolen loot from other people. Right? Other pirates have done like Whitebeard's probably like ransacked loads of
Yes.
other pirate ships, so that's stealing, you know.
Even
What makes it right? What
lands, I'm
makes it
sure.
right stealing from pirates versus regular people? What I'm trying to say here is Doffy's more complex than Blackbeard right now. Blackbeard
Right.
is great, and Blackbeard's reoccurring. I also think Doffy's reoccurring. I think Doffy will come back, and he has been reoccurring from Mocktown.
Exactly. I hope
He
he's,
appeared from
I hope
Mocktown,
he
and he's
comes back,
been
man. Makes a
constantly
comeback.
reoccurring.
Yeah.
One other thing I really
Oh,
like about
man.
him is that he is a shitty devil fruit. Like, not a shitty, he is an average devil fruit. He is like the equivalent of Luffy. Like, I think Luffy and Doffy are very similar in abilities.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I think their hockey level is about the same. They're both, you know, very good at hockey. Like, out of 10, they're both like, you know, like a 7. That's pretty good. Like, they have the basics down to a T. Doffy's hockey is
Yeah.
excellent. And they both have average devil fruits, which they use really, really well. And they combine their devil fruits really well with hockey. Doffy
And the
has
two
like
of them.
yeah.
Oh right, yeah. You were saying, sorry.
Doffy has like so much versatility with his fruit. Luffy also has a shit ton of versatility. Like they're so parallel, you know, in terms of their power
Yes.
schemes.
The two of them contrast each other so much. Even
Exactly.
like just
But
their
one's a D and
ideals.
one's a Tenryubito,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
The
I
only thing
love
that doesn't
that. I
contrast is
love
their
that about
appearance. Is their appearance. That's the only thing that doesn't contrast.
Yeah.
But Doffy has so many like unique traits about him, and I think he's been probably the villain that has like the actual like Katakuri's not a villain. He's been the most powerful villain we've seen until now, like of an arc.
Yeah, I love that
an
about
arc.
him. And he's had
Um,
such a huge presence in pre-time skip as well.
Bro,
Like,
he's
we
an
didn't know
important
anything about
figure in the One Piece world. Like he's the underground. He's the ruler of the underground, dude.
Yeah.
He ain't no scrub.
Oh
And
no.
I put him in my top 30 all day. I think he's second commander at least. But it's not just to do with his power. Like it's more like I like the way he uses his power rather than his actual power. You know,
His
like I give him
influence
credit
as well.
because when we remember we used to speculate like back in the day when we first started reading what is it like Fishman Island? We're like, oh, what is like you like Doffy? I was like, what do you think Doffy has? And we're like, oh, he has telekinesis.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has
we
like
had a
flight.
lot of-
But it turns
yeah.
out he had fucking basic strings. Like what the
String.
fuck is that? That's so basic. But
Yeah.
he's made it into a devastating weapon.
Yeah.
His hockey's on point, as I said, but his character is not. He's not the typical villain. He's a bit different, and he's not crazy either. Like you think, oh, because his name is Joker, he's like Batman, you know, like fucking laughing all the time,
Yeah.
like laughing
no.
his ass. He's
There's
not.
more
He laughs,
layers to
obviously, but he's not crazy. He's much more intelligent. He's very articulate. You know, he's not a fucking dumbass. You know, he's not crazy.
Speaking
He's
of which,
actually smart, very smart. Yeah.
the chapter when he was in Punk Hazard when it was revealed that Caesar Clown was working for Joker, and then they revealed Joker's name is Doflamingo. Like when that chapter came out about like 7 years ago, I think.
That was hype.
That was
I
like,
remember
yeah,
that.
that was hype. One of my favorite chapters at that time, especially.
Yeah, that was hype.
But and then what you said about Monet saying that, oh, I believe you'll be the Pirate King one day. What do you think of that? Because do you think he
That's
had that,
another
he
thing,
had
yeah.
that potential?
He actually has a goal. That's another thing. He
Yeah.
actually has a goal. He has a goal, and that goal is the same as the main character. So, you know what? Bro, we could like, this is crazy, but at Raftel, it might not just be Luffy and Blackbeard. It might be Luffy, Blackbeard, Crocodile, Doffy, Moria, like all the guys who wanted to
Useless
be
Kid.
Pirate King. Eustace Kid,
Yeah.
it might
Yeah.
be a battle royale. You know,
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, man. That would be sick.
Doffy has
Raphael
ambition.
Battle Royale.
Again, he's not the average villain. He doesn't want world. He kind of wants world domination, but yeah,
Dude,
he kind of does want world domination in a sense, but he's not doing it in the same way as you would like a normal villain. He has the same goal as the main character, man. That gives him like reoccurrence. He's gonna keep coming back.
and I still don't think he's fully fleshed out yet. Not all the way. Like, we still don't know.
I think his
what
backstory is fully
actually-
fleshed out. I think he's fully fleshed out, but that's what I'm
True.
saying. He's better
But
than
what
Blackbeard
drives
because
him?
he's fully fleshed out. We know almost everything about him, and he's gonna come back again. Probably, he's probably gonna have an impact.
Yeah,
So
compared to Blackbeard, he's definitely. Yeah.
yeah, because Blackbeard hasn't been fully fleshed out. I think EOS, Blackbeard will have a very deep, sad backstory, and his motivations will be clear, and
Okay.
he'll have more of his abilities shown, and he'll do something really, really sinister. Like I hope he doesn't kill Shanks, but maybe he will. Like I don't know, he'll kill Usopp. I don't know. He'll do something really sinister, And another
he has
thing
to make
Dofi's
an
done,
impact.
what Dofi did to Riku and Dressrosa, that was fucking evil. I reread that recently because I have a lot of the One Piece volumes. I read that. I have the Omnibook, and dude, I read that. That was fucking sinister, and that was beastly though. I reread that. That was beastly. The way he did it, like he's a mastermind. He's
Yeah,
not.
the
He's,
way
he's
he
not.
took
He's not like
over.
he's the smartest villain that we've seen.
And one of the things I love.
So many things about him. There's so many
he-
things
when-
about him.
Yeah, the start of Dressrosa when the people were cheering and referring to him as the monarch and the king. Like I was like, oh man, that's dope. The guy was actually
But, like,
he's already the
he
king.
did that. He manipulated them to do that. That's
Yeah.
fucking genius.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's a fucking genius. What do you think his bounty
Do you
would be right now, unfrozen?
You
I
mean
think-
like
Yeah. What do you think his bounty is right now?
assuming they increase his bounty after recent events?
No. Oh well,
Oh,
like just assuming after Dressrosa they gave him a bounty.
Oh, like a new bounty. It
Yeah.
should be like, dude, 1.5 at least.
Oh shit! Because of his importance, I think a bit lower.
Yeah.
I think
Because I think bounties are
1.2.
not
I think
measured by. Oh, fair enough. But I mean, yeah,
that's still a lot, bro. That's not scrub. That's a lot.
Because I don't think bounties are just based on power. I mean,
Yeah, I
as
know,
you
I
said,
know.
his influence, as you said, him being the underworld boss, like
Yeah.
having his hand in so many pies, having been done, like his personality, his brutality, like all the things he's done.
Okay,
like taking over a whole
but
kingdom.
me and you think that Luffy 1.5 is too high, right?
So
right?
wait, sorry, Luffy's bounty currently is
It's too high. It's inflated. 1.5, it's inflated, right? So ideally, Luffy's bounty should be, I think, 1 billion or 1.1. I think Dofi
Yeah.
slightly higher, 1.2, 1.25,
Yeah,
1.28,
I
right? That
agree.
makes sense.
I
think
yeah,
1.5
his
is
should
too
be
high.
higher than Luffy.
I don't think he's strong
Alright,
enough
fair.
to warrant a 1.5 bounty. But I think in
Alright.
terms of importance, I think he's strong enough. I think he's
Yeah.
sorry. In terms of importance, I think he warrants like over 1 billion. That's dude. Sabo is only 800 or 700, I think.
Yeah, I think
What is he?
Dofi should be over.
Ace is only 500, bro. 550. What else? Fucking hell. Like there's so many pirates that aren't like Crocodile's 80 fucking million. He's important. Like he runs Baroque Works. He's only 80 million, dude. You know what I mean? It's all relative.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think yeah, Dofi's
1.2.
definitely over 1 billion. Should be over 1 billion for
dude,
sure.
anyone over 1 billion is significant.
But what do you think about his What do you think about the similarities between him and Crocodile as far as the I guess we're talking about arc villains, right? So his function in the New World. Do you think there's a parallel there between him and Croc? Like what Croc did in Alabasta. Do you think there are similarities
Yeah, I think that's a parallel. Yeah,
from a plot perspective?
I think
See,
that's
that's
a
one of the
definite
things-
parallel.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, dope.
So I think Dofi, you think Blackbeard.
I love Dofi, man. Like, he's one of my favorite characters. I think he's but I just think he could have been a lot
But we're
better
talking about the best villain so far.
so far. Yeah, it would have to
Arc
be
villain for
Doflamingo.
sure. But you said
Oh, yeah, hell
Blackbeard,
yeah.
bro. You said Blackbeard. I'm playing. All right, let's get into our next topic, man. Let's get into our next topic here.
All right, so our next topic is the top 10 manga and anime that we have watched. This is a compilation of our list of the 10 greatest works in manga and anime that
in our
both
opinion.
Lee, yeah, in our opinion, that both Lee and I have watched, and this is based on personal taste.
So it's not just anime, it's also manga too. So it can be
Yeah,
if for example if you read Toriko, it could be you could say the manga Toriko or the anime Toriko. You could say the
yeah,
manga One Piece or anime One Piece. It doesn't matter.
exactly.
Or both. Yeah.
It can be the manga kingdom because the anime is shit. So,
Yeah.
Lee, why don't you give us your top 10 list first?
No, let's go 10-10. Let's go 10. Let's just go one by one. It won't be that long.
Yeah,
It's only 10. We're not doing 30, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the floor is
my
yours.
10 is Parasite. I don't know if you've heard of it, Kento, but it's about like these, I don't know if they're aliens, but this species suddenly appears on Earth, and they can take over human bodies, and they basically control that human body like a parasite. And these parasites, once they control a human body, they want to eat other humans. But it's not like zombie-like. Like they look like normal humans, but when they eat you, that's when they change. And yeah, it's pretty gory, and it's not a shonen. It's a seinen for sure. It's definitely adult in there. Like really, it makes you think a lot. Like, what if there was an alien race that came to Earth and ate us? Can we be hypocrites and say that's fucking wrong? Because we do the same thing to animals. We fucking slaughter cows, sheep, chickens. You know, we fucking raise them in a farm and we kill them. Imagine someone else did that to us.
Yeah.
That really makes me think. You know. Yeah.
So you like it because it's thought-provoking.
Very much so. How about you? What's your 10?
You go on. So can you bring up your honorable mentions for your list? That didn't make the cut, but
honorable mentions. Okay, my honorable mentions. We were only allowed 4. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So my honorable mentions are Avatar: The Last Airbender, because we weren't sure if that's an anime. Honestly, I put Avatar in my top 5, but we weren't sure it's an anime, so I put honorable mention.
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Beyblade. Like the original Beyblade,
Nice.
not this new fucking metal shit. The original Beyblade. Yeah. What about you? What's your
childhood goat? Yeah.
Yeah. What's your honorable mentions and your number 10?
All right. So for my list, questions that didn't make. I have 3. Bleach is one honorable mention. Action packed. The art, like good character art style, although not very diverse, but a lot of good soundtrack, good moments. Yeah, just solid. Not the best story, but interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Megalobox is an anime I saw, I think last year, the beginning of last year. It's my personal experience with it. I really enjoyed watching it. It was a very motivational, had good soundtrack, good quality. Not a very overly complex anime. Actually, kind of minimalistic, but I did like it that way.
Complexity. I thought it was gonna be much better story-wise, but
it could have been a lot deeper as well.
Yeah, deeper. Yeah. One of the badass scenes though, when he squares up to the champion in the rain. That was my favorite scene, dude. When he squares to the champion, they're about to fight.
The very first episode.
Was it the first one? When he crashes into them.
Yeah.
And he squares into the villain, and they're about to fight. And I was like, what the fuck is gonna happen? With no boxing, with no machine. Yeah,
dude, I love
that.
The first episode
that was so well animated, dude. That was one of my best scenes I've ever seen in anime. But overall, not in my top 10.
True.
No way.
And that's why I didn't make my top 10. Yeah. And then my final honorable mention was Samurai Champloo. I didn't finish all the episodes.
What?
I think the last time I watched it was like I was on episode 14 or something, man. But every episode brought something new. Nujabi's soundtrack is one of the greatest. And then I love the vibes of the show, the hip hop blend, the samurai culture, the elegance. I love that every episode had something new to offer, in terms of story and, just taste. It had a great blend of artistry as well as just action. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure like if I finished it, it would easily be in my top 10. So yeah, those are my honorable mentions.
All right. I'll go into my number 9 then.
All right, go ahead.
My number 9, okay, is Kuroko no Basket. All right, I know some people say it's not realistic, but come on, man. If you want to watch realistic basketball, go watch the fucking NBA. Like, it's supposed to be when they have superpowers. It's not slam dunk. They have superpowers basically, but it's realistic. within the means of their universe, you know? I just think it's fucking badass. Like some of the
Hmm.
like they made. I never thought a sports anime. It's the first sports anime I ever watched. I never thought a sports anime could be so entertaining. And being an athlete myself who competes, I can really relate to some of the things they talk about, some of the themes, and even like this thing called the zone. It's this thing in Kuroko. It's basically like their version of Super Saiyan in basketball, but they basically like enter this extreme state of focus. But I just think that's fucking cool. It's mainly like personal, and I think the story it's solid. It's not the best, but it's solid. It
Hmm.
makes it my top 10 because of enjoyment.
Nice. Yeah, and
That's
that's
my
the
number
most
9.
important thing.
Yeah, what's your number
Yeah, that's
9?
the most important thing.
And and the animation is fucking good. The animation, I didn't read the manga. I watched the anime. I think the manga would be nowhere near as good. The anime was fucking great, and it's not too long to watch. What was your number 9?
Well, I haven't my number 10 yet, so I'll
Oh,
start with
what
my
the
number
fuck?
10 first.
Oh shit. Yeah, do
Yeah,
number 10 to 9. We're going one at a time here, man.
all right. Sorry about that. So my preference is based on, obviously, as you said, enjoyment. Entertainment value is a very important viewing experience. Animation quality, the impact it has on the viewer, and detail, writing. That's also great. So for me, number 10, Death Note would be my number 10. Like it's the gatekeeper.
Nice. Yeah,
It
yeah, that's
could
a good
be
gatekeeper.
easily higher. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great show. Yeah.
And I think you can argue that it has probably one of the best English dubs as well for anime, like very solid voice acting.
Yeah, dude, for
Sometimes
sure.
I enjoy it sometimes more than the original. And then it also has one of the most replay values. Like I can watch it over and over again
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
not too. It's like what, like 20? Is it 26 episodes?
It's
A little
26
bit more,
episodes
right?
for the first season, like before L dies.
Oh
Spoiler.
yeah, yeah. And
But then,
then yeah, but yeah, it's like over 30 episodes, so it's great. I love the visual style, the detail, man. Like whenever, even when you see lights in the anime opening, or him writing down, the Death Note, the intensity, the way the angles just
yeah,
zoom in
yeah,
on the pen,
yeah, yeah.
like those little
Yeah,
details are insane. And
yeah.
then, yeah, like the mental gymnastics, psychological mind
Oh yeah.
games, he and L back and forth. Like I love that kind of stuff. So yeah, Death Note is
So unlike any other
number 10.
anime, yeah, like any other
Yeah, it's
series.
very unique, and it's the music is also haunting and very appropriate for the tone of the series. So I like it a lot. It's very ominous. So yeah, a lot of good stuff from Death Note. Number 9, I had actually this one's from 2007, Gundam 00. More so this first season. So it's made by Sunrise, and this was actually probably my favorite Gundam series to watch. I haven't seen like a lot of them, but this one stood out. Animation quality, I think it was way ahead of its time, like 2007. It had
Yeah.
like, if you ever get to see it, like it still looks really sharp, really good. In terms of story, it has a lot of good parallels to real life issues, and for its time, like I said, the writing was ahead of its time as well, because they actually talk about a lot of issues that mirror the real world, current world affairs now. uh, the premise of the story is that you have these 4 Gundam pilots who are the main characters. Each of them are, kind of these super soldiers, but they're, very unique and talented. They have their own mobile suits, and their purpose, they are in this organization. They act as they participate in armed interventions where they kind of use their overwhelming firepower to stop these ethnic conflicts wherever they happen. And that's what each episode is. They have these missions, they go. And yeah, it's pretty dope, man. Like every episode has some moments that kind of highlight the power of the Gundam, and I think it handles these issues like a lot better than a lot of the other Gundams. It's very scientific. The tech is awesome, and it's also very thought provoking as well. Like there's a lot of issues like PTSD, world poverty, like stuff like that, child soldiers, guerrilla warfare, all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
So
very deep.
it's a bit heavy then. It's
It's
not
very,
just like
yeah.
it's not like Beyblade.
Oh no.
It's a bit heavier. I always thought Gundam was like a bit like Pokemon, Beyblade, Digimon. I thought it was.
Yeah, it's a
I watched like one
franchise.
episode, but it's actually like
Yeah,
war. It's like a bit like Avatar, but
yeah.
kind of like like that setting.
I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. It's very and this one's based on
It's serious.
some
Like
of
it's
the
death.
Middle Eastern conflicts. Like the main character, Setsuna, he's a ex-child soldier who actually killed his own, like he shot his own parents because he was brainwashed by a like an ayatollah, you know, like a Muslim leader. And then
Yeah.
like after that he goes through conditioning, and then like years later when he's the main character, like when he's in his teenage years or like early 20s, he meets like in a random war, like he meets the same guy who brainwashed him, except that guy now he has a mobile suit as well, and he's like, oh shit, it's this guy again. And that
Wow.
just
That
has
must
like
be insane.
sensor,
I can imagine that's
yeah,
insane.
and he has like flashbacks, and yeah, it's a really good show, man. It's actually
Wow.
it's
That's
also not
deep.
that long, man. Yeah,
I didn't know
that.
Gundam was like that. That's why I didn't watch it. I thought it was like it wasn't as serious. Because obviously
Oh
as I
yeah,
get older, like I want more serious, a bit more
yeah,
deeper,
yeah,
animes
of
and
course,
stuff.
yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, that's
that's
pretty damn
wow.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
There's even the second main character, Lock On. He's an Irish. He's like the big brother of the group, and he
Yeah.
participated in the IRA's, terrorist attacks with in England back then. So that's pretty dope. Also, they have all these like different, yeah, ethnic conflicts. So yeah, that's number 9 for me, just for its
That's- Go for
visual.
your yeah.
Yeah,
Go for
yeah.
your number 8 as well. So let's just go one by one. After you do 8, I do 8, and then we go 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5.
All right, all right. I'll try to make this a bit quicker. All right,
No, it's
number.
good, dude. I like how you elaborated there.
All right, yeah, and I hope we try to explain why we like these.
Of course, we have to explain each
Yeah.
one and give maybe
Yeah.
a synopsis, but if it's needed. Some of these I think we know what's up.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, number 8 is definitely one of those where we know what's up. Hunter x Hunter for me. I think
Yeah,
this
very
is
mainstream.
yeah, everyone knows what this is, especially shonen fans. But this one of the darker shonen incarnations, I think. Like when
Yeah.
you actually watch Hunter x Hunter, there's a lot of dark stuff, man. Like a lot of violence, a lot of nightmare fuel. But the 2011 Madhouse production of Hunter x Hunter for me was what introduced me to the franchise. Like I heard about it, but I
Really?
never.
I watched the
Yeah,
OG one, man. I watched the
the old
1999
anime.
or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's better. Actually, no. I can't say that. No, I can't. The new one's better, but the old one was very good.
Oh, the old one's OG. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw clips of that. It was pretty good. But yeah. So this just Hunter x Hunter overall, I really like it. The world
Yeah.
building. Togashi's, I think he's pretty damn genius, like as a writer. The writing is what really stands out to me about Hunter x Hunter. It's a lot more intricate than
Man,
a
yeah.
lot of shonen anime.
Have you read the manga?
Like the latest
No,
stuff.
just like any. I was reading the manga every week, but well, every month or
Yeah,
every year.
yeah, I
Fucking hell, the
remember.
guy
I
doesn't
remember you used
release.
to read that. Yeah,
I used to
I
read it, and you know
remember.
what? Reading it is such a tedious task. Like there's so much text, bro. Like in the
Yeah.
anime, it looks good because it's like it's
Yeah.
voiced and you can see the subtitles or whatever.
Exactly.
But when
Yeah.
you read it, it's like you're reading a fucking novel. Like
So I think that's why it's.
I don't like reading it. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, fair, 'cause
I like watching it. They
I
should
think
make a new
that's
anime.
why
Yeah.
I didn't read the manga, so I guess that's why it's higher on my list because it's not, it wasn't a.
Yeah, fair
And
enough.
yeah, the anime does a beautiful job of making it, like
Anime's-
maximizing it better. Yeah, so that's my
I think
number 8.
anime is such a huge part in the series growth. You know how good a
Hell
series
yeah.
is. Like if your
Yeah.
anime is shit, like in Kingdom, like it stunts the series growth. You know,
Oh yeah,
in
for sure.
My number 8 is Naruto,
hmm
Shippuden and the original. Like they're the same series for me. It's both Naruto, same thing. That's for me number 8. Nostalgia, a lot of it's nostalgia, and I think the first Naruto, the part 1 Naruto, was amazing, and I think Shippuden was really good until the Pain arc, until after Pain arc. I actually like Pain, but after that arc, man, it just kind of went downhill from Edo Tensei. I didn't like that so much. And the villains, man, the villains in Naruto and the fights were really, really good until that point.
The
Although
fights,
I will say the final scene of Naruto, where Naruto fights Sasuke, that was an amazing, amazing fight.
hmm
I really love how they just went like fist to fist. I'm giving spoilers. Fuck, I should have said that. Jesus.
Very heavy fight. Very heavy fight.
I love, dude. That was like so many years of build up for that fight. I fucking love that fight, dude. That was
And they
one of my
pulled
favorite
out
fights.
everything, man. They went all out, used every last
Yeah, I
stop.
think it should have been a few more chapters, but I can't complain. It was excellent. I thought it was really good, and I really like the techniques they use in Naruto. Like I love the jutsus. I love the elements. I love how they use like chakra. I like the chakra system. I think it's dope.
Mhm.
We got a bit Like the power scheme for Naruto. Okay, more spoilers. Like it starts off very consistent. Like you have a hierarchy, and then suddenly, like in the end of Shippuden, it just goes fucking way up. Like it spikes. It's like now these guys are fucking gods. Like no one can
Yeah,
compete with them. It's like
gods. Yeah.
what the fuck? Like the Akatsuki used to be like the strongest people. Like the Akatsuki and Hokages and the Kages used to be the
That's a
most powerful people, and then
totally
all of a
different
sudden,
level.
it just like goes way higher than that. Like when Madara appears, it just like suddenly spikes. I'm like, what the fuck? you know. But yeah, that's
I
my
mean,
number 8.
yeah, so my number 7 is Naruto. So we can kind of like continue this discussion about the
Yeah.
series, or criticism and or likes for it. So focusing on the positive for me, I loved the first half of Shippuden. For me, like the best part of Naruto, the peak would be like the first arc of Shippuden all the way until, yeah, as you said, Pain Invasion. Especially, my favorite arc was the hunt for Itachi arc, where Sasuke fought Deidara, and then Jiraiya went after Pain, and then he died,
So
and then
dope.
spoilers, and then Itachi versus
Yeah,
Sasuke.
we gotta
Uh,
call it spoilers,
oh,
dude.
spoilers again, like Itachi fucking died. Yeah,
We
spoilers.
just spoiled the whole fucking Naruto, man.
But yeah, dude, that arc was amazing. Just the whole series, man. Part one up till that point, like I love the mystery that Kishimoto builds up in his universe. The characters are, it's like it has a very unique atmosphere, man. Naruto, it's a very
It did, man. It did until a certain
yeah,
point. It was
like
very, very intriguing.
it has this very unique touch of like Asian mythology, but also just like shonen tropes. And like
It's
what
not.
I like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're saying?
yeah, what I liked also about thing was, until at least the Pain Invasion ended, like I always liked how Kishi had uh, made Sasuke, the second main character, so that you would always have Naruto and him bouncing off each other, so it would never be really boring. Like
Yeah.
it's good to have two main characters that contrast each other, kind of having their own paths. So like I really like that. But yeah, dude, it got ridiculous near the end, like when Kakashi was spamming like Susanoo. Like, I mean, these characters are literal gods. That's when I felt like the series really fell off, and could have been a lot higher on the list, but unfortunately for me, it failed to deliver at the end. Didn't execute the way it could have been a lot
Yeah.
better. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think Naruto is not a series that focuses on is not strong at world building, but it's pretty strong in fights and to an extent story.
yeah. I would
Up
say
to a certain point. Yeah, up to
the
a certain
fights
point.
probably some of the best of all time in
And
any
moments
anime.
as well. Moments as well. Moments.
Yeah, moments. Yeah,
Moments.
goosebumps.
It's like wow. So like some moments like when spoilers, when my guy goes 8 gates, when Rock Lee versus Gaara, Neji versus Naruto. Like you got
Yeah,
moments, you got fights, but yeah.
yeah, a lot of
Is it my
moments.
number 7?
Yeah,
My number 7 is Death Note. Okay, I really like it because it's different to other anime and it's more of like a mind game. It's not physical, and I think is it a shonen, man? I don't know if it's a shonen, but it's deep, man. Like it's deep. Like it goes deep.
yeah.
Like there's
It,
themes in Death Note that are very deep, man. Like it makes you think about it. And it was just made like the anime was just made in a very entertaining way. Like
mm,
like the anime is. I read the manga. The anime is way better, and the music is fucking amazing.
hmm.
The music, I think the music plays a huge part in it. The music makes
Yeah,
a huge difference. And the story in the anime is just conveyed so well. Like every episode is like you just want to watch the next one. Like
mm.
it's always a cliffhanger. It's always like fuck, what's gonna happen? I love that shit. What's your number 6?
Yeah. I think Death Note will forever be a
Yeah,
classic, man. Yeah.
classic. You can watch that over. When I'm 50, I'm gonna watch that shit again.
And like the American audience, international, like people who don't usually watch anime,
Yeah,
it's very easy for them
yeah,
to watch it.
exactly. So if you're not an
Very,
anime watcher, check
very
out Death
appealing.
Note. You're gonna like it. Yeah.
Yeah. My number 6. So I changed this to something else. So I changed to, this is so like how you had Beyblade. For me, this was a
Yeah.
childhood anime of mine.
Yeah.
Uh, this was also a very old franchise. It's called Captain Tsubasa. This is
I don't know
the
what that is.
Road to 2000. It's a Road to 2002. It's a soccer anime, football anime. So
Oh.
this series had only 52 episodes, but so around the time of I think it was 2002 World Cup, it was released. And dude, I think you would like this anime. It's very old school, but at the same time, it has its own vibe, man. Like I think it really captures the feeling of like football, like at that time in that era, like very well, in a way that is appealing to anyone. And also a lot of characters. So it starts. So the main character is like I guess he's Japanese, but his play style is kind of like Messi. He's a midfielder. And then you have three main characters. One is a goalkeeper, and then another one's Hyuga. He's like a striker. Like so, these characters are pretty legendary in the manga because they've
Spoilers
been
alert!
around.
Spoilers alert! Yeah.
Yeah, they've been around for like decades, bro. These characters. So
Oh, so they're
each of them.
veterans. Yeah.
I mean the manga like has been around for
Oh, the
decades. Like
manga. Oh shit.
it's
Yeah.
been remade and reincarnated like a franchise.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I really like this anime, man. Like I can't describe.
Is it old
one-
school anime? Like, is it old animation or is it new animation?
Oh, it's kind of old animation, 2002. But
Okay.
I love the music, man. It really captures the atmosphere of football stadium, and then the characters, like very interesting subplots. And it's actually one of the more realistic anime in terms of character dynamics. Like there's nothing too crazy. Like it's very self-motivated, like anime, and the characters are very self-motivated, and it actually shows. I think you would like it, honestly. And it's ironic. I think I have a soccer anime on my list. You have a basketball anime on your list, but like you.
Yeah, it's ironic. I like soccer, and
Yeah.
Kento likes basketball. It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I
But
never
yeah,
watched the anime you're talking about though. So.
this would be a good recommendation.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Definitely,
a
I'll
good
check it out.
anime. Yeah, I'll send you.
I'll check
All right, so that's my
What was that called
number.
again? What was that called? What was that called?
Captain Tsubasa, 2002.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're different versions. So like this one, I think was the best one.
Yeah.
And it chronicles like from their high school in Japan all the way till they become, they join the International Cup, and then even play for clubs like Barcelona and then like
What?
Juventus.
Holy shit.
Like when they grow
Yeah.
up. So it actually goes on for like.
That's
I
crazy.
think
Yeah, that's like
there's
world
some
building.
development, man. Yeah, there's good development,
That's
and they
world
meet like
building.
these
What the fuck?
world class players, man. International, like in Germany and Brazil. Hell yeah, it's good anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 6 is Yu Yu Hakusho. It's kind of like a Dragon Ball Z power scheme, but with a better story. You know, the story is really good. I'm not saying
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z is a shit story, but the story in Yu Yu Hakusho is really good, and the character I think is really, really, really good. Like you
Mhm.
have the main character Yusuke Urameshi. Okay, spoilers, kind of. He's like this robust, kind of like aggressive teenager, and you see him mature into like a man. Basically, the bad guys are demons, and he's a spirit hunter.
Yeah.
He tries to kill demons. Yusuke, there's so many villains who are extremely well done, and even the other main side characters, like Yusuke's rivals, Yusuke's friends, like they're very well done. The
Yeah.
animation style is old school, but it's really, really good.
Yeah, I like the opening
really good.
a lot. And
Oh yeah, and the
even-
music is top
yeah,
notch. The music
very
is
catchy.
top notch. Yeah.
But I heard it had great villains like YYH. I heard it had great villains in the series.
Oh yeah, it has like really, really good villains. Like there's Sansui, Toguro, like a lot of great villains. Like it's the same writer who did Hunter x Hunter, so you know it's a good writer.
Yeah.
But I think Yu Yu Hakusho is better than Hunter x Hunter, in my opinion.
Yes,
In my
yes.
opinion.
Okay.
And
Fair.
I love the fights are fucking awesome, man. Like the fights are really, really good as well. So honestly,
It's
it was
one-
really pushing for top 5, but it's number 6
Yeah.
for me. What's your gatekeeper for top 5?
Yeah, okay. Number 5 for me was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the anime. One of my favorite English dubbed animes as well. Like the Japanese is great as well, man. Like this dub was one of the few that I could tolerate. I really like this series. It had everything I loved, like suspense, mystery, a world that was kind of interesting. There was magic, no, not magic, excuse me, alchemy, science, in the sense that I also really like the characters, really well developed characters, and a main character who's not. I mean, Edward Ulrich has typical shonen tropes, but he's also
Boy
kind of
Scout.
unique. Yeah, he's not a. Yeah, exactly. He's not a Boy Scout. He's a smart, like
Oh,
a scientist. He's a vulnerable, like yeah. He's not. And he and Al's journey, man. I really enjoyed watching him and Al, his journey, and not just their journey, but the journeys of other people. Some of the villains that I really liked in anime from the series, man. There are a lot of really good villains. Obviously,
Yeah,
people always talk about Wrath, Father, Kimberly is a
I
classic
like
villain.
Greed.
But even Greed and Envy, like those are good villains, man. The things like
The
and
characters are amazing.
yeah, really character driven and character focused show. I also love the tone of the series. It's very dark, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
The
very
tone is
dark.
dark, man, bro. It's dark.
Yeah,
There's humor there, and it's like
yeah,
it's so dark. It's like it's dark, but it's like it's not depressing. It's a little bit depressing, kind
yeah. But it's also very
of depressing,
it's
but
beautiful,
it
man.
makes you
It's
really
beautiful.
appreciate the lighthearted moments. Like when they're
Yeah,
having like a time of like laughter and peace, like you really like, oh, that's fucking, that feels good. Like you feel like your heart just like
heartwarming,
it's
heartwarming,
heartwarming.
as you
Yeah, it's
said.
like okay, fuck, it's
And
not so serious right now. Okay, cool.
it's beautifully shot, man. I really like the
Oh yeah,
European like atmosphere there, the countryside, and but yeah, it can also be very horrific at times. Good values, good
yeah.
sort of good story. Really, I would say one of the most concise and well written stories in an anime that I've seen. It just tells a good like one cohesive story with all these characters in this one land that yeah, it's very well done. And one more thing about it is yeah, the soundtrack is amazing. Like one of the best soundtracks I have in an anime. Like very like fits every scene.
Yeah,
My
serious,
favorite
man.
thing about it is the intelligence. Like it respects the viewers. And it's very yeah, the main character is actually really which is different, breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I also love the power scheme, like the alchemy. They
Yeah,
basically can create any. They can create anything with alchemy. The power system's really cool.
yeah,
Like it's a very creative power system that you'll never see anywhere. I've
yeah.
never seen a power system like that. It's a bit like it's not like bending from Avatar, but yeah, it's very unique. That's all. It's
Kinda,
very
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
you're number 5.
so my number five is Samurai Champloo. I know you
Mm,
mentioned it, but
yeah,
dude, you should have watched the whole thing, man.
yeah, it's
It's
beautiful.
surprising to me because it is one of those anime where a lot of the episodes are like standalone episodes, kind of. I mean, it
Hmm.
is a series where each episode builds on the other one, but each episode is so different. Like they travel a bit in the like by time they travel a bit forward. So like not all the episodes have a huge amount of connectivity,
Mm,
but overall it is a story overall. Like it is like you can't tell if it's a complete story, obviously. Um, the fights are good. The animation is beautiful. The music is really good, and I think the story and the way it's done is really really good. In terms of world building, not so much here. Although towards
mm.
the end you do get like, oh shit, there is like a world. Like especially the last 6 episodes or 5 episodes, you get to see the world like they're in.
It
My favorite
is.
part about it is the main character. There's kind of like three main characters. Like there is no one main character. There
Mm.
is Fu, Mugen, and Jin. My favorite character is Mugen.
There's a
He's
great
probably
dynamic between the
he's
two
dude. He's probably my favorite, one of my favorite top three main
main
characters.
characters. Hell yeah,
Top three
dude.
main characters. Yeah, he's a fucking badass dude, and I
He's just he's so
love his attitude.
entertaining to watch, man.
He's
He's
entertaining.
so
His fighting
entertaining to
style.
watch.
He's so carefree. Like his personality, you can tell. Like you can tell he's got character. You know what I mean? Like he's a
When
very
he
unique
said
character.
when he said I don't
Such
want
a
to rule and I
badass.
don't want to be ruled, like to that guy,
Yeah.
to that bandit lord or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's just
yeah.
Mugen. He doesn't fight clean. He'll fight dirty. He'll get the upper hand on you. You know, he'll kick you in the balls. He doesn't care. I love
And
that.
I love his fighting style. It's very
I
unorthodox.
love his attitude.
The way he just dances around like in his sandals, like just using that,
Yeah, he's like a
incorporating that
break
as well.
dancer. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Hell yeah.
Right. What's your number four?
So we're on number 4 now. All right.
Yeah. Well, you're number four.
My number 4 is JoJo Bizarre's Adventure. One of
Oh
my
shit! Yeah, yeah. I watched the
favorite
first season.
animes, bro. First
Yeah.
season. I would say the first season is a build up, if anything, like to the introduction to the
I watched the
fundamentals,
first and a bit of
mechanics,
the second. Yeah.
characters. Second season was pretty damn good. I would say it's one of the most well produced anime that I've ever seen, and that's why it's on my list. I've seen like all the 5 seasons so far, and even read some of the manga. Dude, like this anime, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, like if nothing else, like I think the thing is it not only does it appeal to a very wide audience potentially because I love how it actually takes place in the real world, but it's kind of like this alternate version of a real world where like you have countries like like the entire season 3 takes place first in Japan, and then for a few episodes, and then it goes to Hong Kong, Singapore, Egypt, India.
Wow.
Like it's so diverse, and I season 3 is definitely my favorite. Stardust Crusaders, what an
Yeah.
adventure, what a journey. Like the event, like if you wanna go on a ride, like an adventure, man, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is like the experience. I
What do you
love
mean?
oh
Like
man,
longevity.
so hard to explain.
It's like such a long story. Like the end is so far, but it's a fun journey. Is that what you mean? Like the
So
story's long. The story's long as fuck, but it's like it's not boring. Is that what you mean? Kind of like One Piece. Kind of like One Piece.
so like any series, it has its flaws. For
Yeah,
example, like the like week to week episodes, sometimes they have this standard formula, but in the grand scheme of things, the amount of things that you get to see, like and experience watching the show, like season 3 for me is one of the best anime like seasons I've seen. And season 4 is also like how each season, just like like each season's main character is a different JoJo. It's like a different generation each time. As the old saying is, it's not just about the destination, it's the journey. And I think it's one of the most enjoyable animes that I've seen because it's so funny, dude. It's like there's so much comedy, there's so much art, there's a like each character has so much personality. Yeah, dude, beautiful music, beautiful animation, some good fights, man, and very, very smart characters. Sometimes like Hunter x Hunter is very it's hilarious how they overanalyze these situations.
yeah,
So sometimes it gets like really ridiculous.
yeah,
And then dude, JoJo is definitely the most ridiculous anime you'll ever see. But in terms of the abilities, dude, like we look at One Piece, like Devil Fruit powers are extremely diverse. Dude, JoJo's stand abilities, like I don't even know how this author like comes up with these like powers. They have so many, and each stand has a different design and appearance, and they're all named after contemporary like rock band or like different artists of the real world. And so
yeah,
yeah, I really like how this also like homage. The author pays tribute to the real world and takes place in supposedly in the real world. Like, but the art
yeah.
style is very distinct, and I like yeah, I like the style, man. Like stands is what really takes the cake in terms of the principal powers and abilities of the series. And yeah, some of the stands are like so ridiculous, dude. It's like, yeah, there are definitely moments in JoJo that, like I said, it's very flawed. There are moments where you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Like, what am I even watching? But like,
Yeah, yeah.
the madness is all part of the experience, and then it makes some of those moments where they're actually more serious, like so much deeper. And then the characters that are actually like oh man, these characters are fucking, they're all like super hammy in the sense that they're always screaming at the top of their
They're
lungs, like
over the
they're
top,
always
right?
over
Yeah,
the top, yeah.
yeah,
But then there are also these moments of subtlety that is very beautiful. And then yeah, I love how the author uses the actual real world, like to, like I said, as the setting, makes it much more immersive to the audience, where okay, you have this ridiculous fantasy series that's, the logic is its own kind of in its own world, nothing really like makes sense. But then the setting itself is grounded, and they actually talk about a lot of stuff that actually is in the real world. So like Italian food or cuisine, or like traveling, or like every time they go. So in season 3, when they travel around the world, they talk about like when they go to Calcutta, like in India, they drink chai, like this kind of tea. Or like when they land in Calcutta, these kids, like these beggars, are like mugging them. And they have these intricate things about the local customs, and those little details is what makes the series like also like really interesting from an episode to episode basis, like makes it refreshing. So yeah, I enjoy that
yeah.
series a lot. Yeah, so
That's
that's my
nice.
number 4. All right, moving on for you.
So my number 4 is Toriko, man. Lots of people don't know about Toriko, but Toriko is greatness, absolute greatness, man. It has similar world building aspects of One Piece.
Would you even say it's similar a bit to Hunter x Hunter in some regards, like the world
Yeah,
building?
yeah, yeah. Similar to no, the world building is
A lot big,
a lot bigger, man.
a
And Hunter
lot
x
better.
Hunter, like
Yeah.
like it's really really good. And I'll tell you something. The power levels of these guys, when you start watching it or reading it, I suggest you read it. By the way, don't watch it. Read it. You
Yeah.
have to read it.
Read the manga.
the
Yeah.
the anime takes away all the gore. It takes away all the serious, like a lot of the seriousness. Like the
Yeah.
manga is so much better. Even the art style is way better, I think, in the manga. But when you start watching it, okay, spoilers, maybe spoilers, kind of like we're talking about power levels here. The power levels start like reasonable. Like these guys, okay, you can like you can cut a building maybe, right? At the max level, you can cut a building in half, whatever. And then at the end of the series, like they're fucking like eating planets and shit. It's like what the fuck. And I love the fact that they give stats. So like when a character destroys like a boulder, they give you the weight, they give you the diameter, they give you the radius, they give you like the area of the boulder, and they're like, okay, Sunny or like Toriko destroyed like 32 kilometers squared of rock with his Kugi punch or something like that, And they give you all these stat breakdowns. And the monsters, so basically it's about these guys, they're called Bishokia. They're ingredient hunters. They're gourmet hunters. They hunt for ingredients, and then they obviously kill the animals or kill the species, whatever. And then they give the animal or the ingredient to the chef. The chef cooks it. Each Bishokia has a chef. So Toriko is a Bishokia. His chef is Komatsu. So Toriko hunts the ingredients. Komatsu cooks them. And they both have to be equally skilled. If you have a good Bishokia but a shitty chef, then it's pointless, right? I mean, you're not going to make the ingredients taste good if there's not a good chef. Usually the Bishokia do most of the fighting, but some of the chefs are pretty strong too. And the power schemes are, I'd say, very unique, man. Like, I mean, some of the powers are a little bit basic, but I mean, overall, the power scheme is very unique and very, very powerful characters. Like, they go big. That's one of the things I loved about it the most. And the world building is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and the thing
different.
about,
Yeah.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
The themes in Toriko as well. They really hit you deep. Actually, like surprisingly, I was very moved by Toriko. I was extremely moved by it, man. Like some of the things that they talk about, very, very deep. Very, very deep. About food, about life, very, very deep, man. Yeah. So what's your number 3?
No, you're right. I was gonna say the themes of Toriko. Like I remember because recently I was actually reading it, rereading some of it. The other thing is Toriko is a very intelligent series. Like the author goes to such great lengths, detail, to explain stuff about the ecosystem. The science is so much shit that goes into the world building.
There's a lot of science in there, yeah.
A lot of science, man. Like the explanation, like sometimes it actually went way over my head. Like I had to reread just to kind of grasp what was going on.
Yeah. What's your 3?
All right, my 3. Oh yeah, one last thing. I just want to say one last thing about JJBA was that what I really liked about that series was the theme that was inherited by each JoJo from generation to generation was the sense of righteousness that each character had. And usually, like when you have that trait, it can be very cheesy, but the way it's delivered in JoJo, like ironically, it hits hard. So like if you want to talk about an anime that makes you feel something, takes you on a journey, yeah, that's a great anime. So yeah, anyways, my number 3 is Vinland Saga, another anime / manga that hits you hard.
I read that one, yeah.
So I read the manga back in 2015, and which wasn't actually that long time ago, considering when it was first released. The anime just came out. The first season just finished airing. The anime is a lot of hype, but the overall series, I would say, is one of the most deeply written, like, manga, like seinen, I guess. I would say it's kind of like a Vikings version of Berserk in a way. It's very similar. The art style is similar.
Is it gory then? Fuck.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! It's super
shit.
gory,
Yeah.
but it's realistic. It's realistic.
Yeah.
Well, as realistic as can be. Like, it's one of the more realistic. It's a historical manga. Follows the journey of Thorfinn Karlsefni. He's the main character. Basically, the story starts off. He's trying to get revenge for his father, and he's an avenger basically. And for the first half of the story, he's obsessed with nothing but revenge against the mercenary who killed his father. Ends up joining said mercenaries band, going on these missions and raids across Scandinavia and England, for the Denmark king Sweyn. And then so the first half of the story chronicles his childhood to his teenage years, where he's basically this cutthroat for hire. Like, he's this killer, he's this mercenary, like this young child assassin killer. His signature weapon, he holds like a dual knives, and he's very fast, very nimble, and he has the bloodline of a great Viking warrior. So the thing about this series that is extremely deep, I love the themes that it explores. I was recently watching History Channel's Vikings, another really great series, live action, and there are always parallels between these. I love Viking like culture, like the whole mythos, lore, history, and I like historical pieces like this. So Vinland Saga explores a lot of themes like, what does being a warrior really mean? What is war? Like, is there any sense to all the violence? Like the very savage nature, barbaric kind of culture inherited by the Nords, like how their way of life is, how hard it is to live in the North, like how killing is basically second nature to them. Battles are part of life. And then Thorfinn himself, who's he's descended from this great bloodline of warriors. Even at some point, he questions like are all these guys like crazy? Like, what is what's so great about fighting? Like, why do you all love war so much? But then he's also part of that vicious cycle that he can't really escape from. And yeah, there's a lot of great themes. There's a religion that's introduced, the conflict between Christianity and the old gods of Norse mythology. Another character is Prince Canute. He's introduced. He's very similar to Griffith, I feel like. But anyways, the story is beautiful, amazing, and yeah, just I'm not gonna even spoil it. But
Is
the
it well
first half.
animated?
Oh man, I think it's probably the best anime that came out in 2019, I would
I'm
say.
gonna check it out, man. Is it finished?
Yeah.
The anime?
Oh, yeah, the first season's finished. First season is finished.
All right.
There are 25 episodes, I think. You've got to
How many
see it,
s-
man.
How many seasons are there if you extended the anime out to the manga?
I think there would be at least 2, 3 more that they should make.
Oh shit. Okay, fair enough. I'll
But
definitely check it out. I actually
only one is
yeah, I actually that was the next one I was gonna watch. I just watched
Oh yeah, you have to, man. You have to.
Parasite. I'm gonna watch that. Oh, sorry, I watched Yaiba. A bit disappointed around the hype, but anyways, I'm watching Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga.
Yeah,
That's
the
my next-
animation, same studio that made Attack on Titan, except I think
Oh, that's gonna be fucking hype. Then.
the story is way better though, in my opinion.
Yeah,
personally. Better character. Oh, you want to talk about like character development in anime? Thorfinn. Maybe you don't get to see this,
bro. Don't
first
spoil it. Don't
season,
spoil it.
but
Don't
yeah,
spoil it. It's
one
good,
of
it's
the
good.
best.
Don't spoil it.
One of the best
Don't spoil it.
of all
Don't
time.
even mention the spoil because I'm gonna watch it now. I'm watching it like tomorrow if I have the time. If I have the
All right,
time.
that's number 3.
Yeah. All right, my number
Alright, so-
3 is Code Geass. I'm sure you've seen that before.
Yeah,
It's
great
a story about mechs. Well, it's not the main thing is not mechs, right? But it's in a futuristic setting where this kingdom Britannia rules basically like 70% of the world, and they basically dominated Japan. They took over Japan, and all the Japanese people serve under Britannia, and they basically have to try recapture
Mm-hmm.
Japan from Britannians, and one of the Britannian princes, Lelouch, the main character, he actually wants to destroy Britannia as well. So that's the synopsis of it. The best 2 things about this are the characters and the story. The story is fucking good. It's like it's a story that flows really well from episode to episode, and when you look back at it, when you finish the series, it's like holy fuck, that series is only like 50 episodes or 52 episodes. That felt like 100 something episodes. Like that was a fucking journey. But it's amazing. Like it's one of the best stories I've ever read. In terms of just story, it would be number 2 on my list. In terms of just story and like I really enjoyed that series a lot, man. Yeah. It's not really about fights. Like if you're looking for fights, it's not really about that. There are good decent fights, via mech. It's like kind of like Gundam fights, I guess.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Is it more
But
like
that's
politically driven as well?
Yeah, there's also a lot of politics involved, and it goes deep, man. I don't know if it's a shonen. I don't think so. I don't think it's a shonen. It can't be a shonen.
It can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
It
heard
can't
a
be
lot of
shonen.
good things about it, man.
You haven't Oh yeah, you got spoiled, so.
Yeah.
But
That's karma. There you go.
definitely recommend it. Yeah. What is your number 2?
All right, my number 2 is Berserk, the manga. So, in my opinion, it's the most well illustrated, manga out there. The art is beautiful. not much needs to be really said about it. Most people who read anime, like even to a extent, would know about this series. It's very disappointing that there hasn't really been, a very substantially or satisfying anime that's been adapted for Berserk. I think like there have been attempts, but there hasn't really been a consistent, like kind of like a Vinland
Yeah,
Saga. Like
I
I
agree.
wish there
I
was
saw the
a
Berserk
great,
anime. Shit.
yeah, I wish there was a great anime for Berserk, but everything up to this point is at best subpar, if not worse. So, like Berserk deserves. It's the
Yeah.
one manga I feel like it deserves like a legendary anime. But I don't know. I've been kind of jaded by what I've seen so far, so I don't even really. It doesn't really matter to me anymore. I mean,
Is
I've
it
seen
devastating? Like,
the same art.
does it impact you psychologically? Because I've watched Berserk until the un, until the end of that famous scene when they leave like the demon place,
Oh,
you know? Yeah, yeah. And I
yeah,
read some spoilers and stuff. Like it seems pretty fucked up. Don't spoil anything, but it seems pretty fucked up.
yeah. So
What is
all
your
that
thoughts
is,
on that? Is it even more fucked up than that scene with Griffith and Guts and like the monsters? You know, like is it even more fucked up than that?
yeah, it gets way more fucked up. I think that's
What the
the
hell?
tip of
Holy
the
shit!
iceberg, bro. I
What
mean,
the
like
hell?
that was the
That's
first
insane.
arc. That was the first arc.
The most fucked up thing was like this demon child, but don't go into spoilers. I'm just telling you that's what I think is most fucked up. That I saw spoilers, but like you know how they have a demon child? Like I think that's so fucked up.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Berserk
yeah.
also had probably my favorite villain of all time, Griffith. Love fucking Griffith, man. One of the greatest villains I think in anything that I've seen. Like just his overall charisma, aura, and like his climb to where he got his power, like everything about him. But yeah, Berserk, man. In terms of art, I would say it's arguably the greatest manga that's been drawn. It's one of the few manga that I've read like even at night, just going through, skimming through the pages. I can't put it down. I have to keep reading, and like I pause like at one full page spread, just looking at every detail, examining, what the author has done, and then yeah, there's a lot of messed up stuff in Berserk. It's dark fantasy, and for anyone who's played Dark Souls, like Berserk uh, is a very, I guess you can call it the prototypical dark fantasy, yeah, like story. Like it's dope. Yeah, that's number two, Berserk.
Nice. If I finish reading the manga, I would probably put it as well in my top five. But it seems very like emotional, man. Like very deep. Like it makes you feel so much, and the artwork is excellent as well, from
Yeah,
what I've seen.
exactly. Yeah,
The anime is shit though. I saw the anime, but the anime is shit. Yeah, it's all I'm
it
saying.
is.
My number two, I don't really need to say much. It's more nostalgia, but as well, this was my part of my motivation to start training. I'm a big advocate of physical training. That's part of my career actually.
Hmm.
It's Dragon Ball Z. Number two, Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon Ball, not Super, not fucking GT, not
GTA,
Heroes. Dragon Ball fucking Z.
the OG.
Z. I just love the whole aspect of martial artists, fighting to be the strongest in the universe, and the fact that their universe like is planetary. The story is actually good, despite what some people say. I fucking love the story. Great moments, and there's hype. Like when these guys go all out, when these guys power up, that's hype. I sometimes I watch Dragon Ball Z videos before I work out. It just gets me so fucking hyped, man. Especially with the music and the characters. I know the characters. As well, it has one of the best characters I've seen in anime, which is Vegeta. His character
Mm.
development is amazing, man. He starts as a villain, and yeah, you can see what happens from there if you haven't watched Dragon Ball Z. But I think most people watching this podcast or listening to it have watched Dragon Ball Z, but you know what happens to Vegeta. Um, and overall, just a legendary classic anime. And I believe it's the first anime I ever watched, so it has to be up there. On nostalgia, I admit some of the animes or mangas I've stated before have better stories, fine, maybe even better characters, but Dragon Ball Z will always be a classic for me and one of my favorite. I still watch some scenes to this day. Like even though I watched it when I was like 10 years old, I still watch some scenes to this day, and it's just world renowned now. I believe Goku's also a sponsor for the Olympics, one of the sponsors too. So that just shows how much of an impact Dragon
Yeah,
Ball Z has had on other anime. As well, the
iconic.
author for One Piece, he admits that he took a lot of inspiration from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Naruto as well, I
And
think.
One Piece started when Dragon Ball Z ended. Just saying.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Just
Yeah.
like exactly the same year it ended.
That's
One
interesting.
Piece started. Yeah. But yeah, that's my number 2. So what is your best number 1? What is your
So
number 1?
our number one, I think, is the same.
Yeah.
The
Of
unanimous.
course.
The reason, for us coming together, the reason why this all happened. Our number one. What is our number one, Lee?
One Piece. One Piece, dude. Of course.
One
Of
Piece.
course.
Yeah.
Fucking our channel's 1Talk One Piece, man.
Our favorite
If you love
anime.
One Piece or if you breathe oxygen, you're gonna watch our podcast, right? So One Piece, obviously, like we stated in our last podcast, why we love it. So world building, story, character, everything. It has everything, every fucking thing. Don't say it's too long. It's the fact that it's long means it's still quality means it's a fucking good story.
It's an epic, man.
Don't
It's
be
an
scared of a
epic.
length. If you want to get into One Piece, just start. You don't have to watch it all in one go. Don't worry, you can still have a life. Watch like 5 episodes a day. Watch 3. All right, but I guarantee you, once you get past the Baratie arc, you're gonna keep watching until you're gonna watch it every day.
And honestly, if you watch,
when you're caught up, it's like, okay, I just go to the manga now, and then you're on board the train. Me and Kento have been reading the manga for almost a decade now, every single week. And honestly, for me, Kento, I'm pretty sure for you too, it's a very good part of my week. Like, it makes me
Yeah.
feel better when I know there's a One Piece chapter. That's why this week there's no One Piece. I'm fucking sad, man. I'm fucking sad that there's no One Piece to look forward to.
Yeah, especially at this point of the story. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's just right now there's just so much hype. Like the story's really getting to its near its climax. Wow, it's been such a fucking adventure, man. So much world building, like so many topics we can discuss, and power scaling for days. There's so much things about the series, like we just love it, man. I'm
I
a
would
One
say
Piece
it's the single
fanboy.
greatest adventure. Yeah.
I think it's the single greatest series that's ever been made.
It's a yeah, it's an epic, man. It's an epic.
People
It's
just
a
don't get it.
masterpiece.
Don't like One Piece, just don't get it. It's a masterpiece, man, and like the only people I think who hate on it are the ones who don't give it a chance because they've never committed to something. They can't in their lives they can't commit to something. But like, oh, it's gonna take too much time. It's
But
like
also-
it's like they're the same people who say, oh, I don't want to get fit. It's gonna take more than 1 month. I'm not bothered to do that. Like it's like those same people. Like, fuck
But also
off.
type of people who judge a book by its cover, man. I think they look at One
Exactly.
Piece like, oh man, it's got a lot of goofy looking characters, man. It's not my type of thing. It looks so childish. That's like
Yeah.
beyond stupidity. But yeah.
Yeah. It's ignorance, but I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I can't recommend it enough. It's the greatest series, but you have to stick with the train. You have to go along the train and really pay attention to the series as you're watching it. You can't just fucking like, listen to the English dub and like while you're playing video games. You can't do that. You go.
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, I'll
watch
come
it.
back after. Yeah. Screw
Yeah.
that.
And you can't skip any episode. You can't skip except the fillers. Skip the fillers, but you can't skip any of the main episodes. You can't. All like 900 something. You can't skip any of it. And I really suggest going to the manga though. After what is it? After time skip. Yeah, go to the manga. But you know what? Actually, no. You know what? Stay in the anime, but just avoid the filler. You'll be fine. I do think the manga is better than the anime, though. What do you think? The anime. I mean, sorry. I think the manga is better than the anime. I think the manga is better than the anime throughout the whole series. I think.
Throughout the whole series?
Yeah.
In
my opinion.
arguably, I guess. I mean, Marineford had a lot of
there are
moments where
parts.
the manga was better, man.
Marineford was not great in the anime. Honestly, I don't think it was great.
That's what I mean.
think-
That's what I mean. I'm saying the manga was better in Marineford because, for
Okay,
example,
yeah.
spoilers.
No spoiler,
White-
no spoiler, bro. No spoiler, no
Whitebeard
spoiler,
versus
no spoiler,
Akainu,
no spoiler,
Whitebeard
bro.
versus Akainu.
Bro, no spoilers, man. This
But
is
you know what's up?
no spoiler,
You know
bro. We're gonna have
what's
to edit it out. You're gonna have to do more work, bro. If you spoil, you're gonna have to edit it out. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Talk about
spoil it,
One
man.
Piece anyway.
Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? You're right. Yeah, it's One Piece. Sorry. Go
Yeah, it's
for it.
One
Go
Piece.
for it. Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
Nothing. Nah, I'm just saying the Whitebeard versus Akainu fight. That's all. Like the gore. Like
Yeah.
They censored that.
Hugely.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say
But I
actually no.
did-
To be fair,
yeah.
the One Piece anime was good until end of Water 7. Oh, sorry, end of Thriller Bark, and then it got shittier than the manga,
You don't think
in my opinion.
Sabati was good?
Oh yeah,
Sabati.
okay, you're right. Yeah, I forgot about that. End of Sabati. Then it started getting worse than the manga. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying the manga was better
I think
after Sabati.
I think after
Doesn't mean the
time
anime
skip
is
was when
bad.
it all like visibly got really bad.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I
after
agree. After
yeah,
Fishman Island as
yeah.
well. In
Oh yeah,
Fishman Island, yeah.
fucking Fishman Island and Punk Hazard. Holy shit. Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, that's that.
Yeah, so that's our
It's good
top
to see
10.
it come back. Yeah, that's our top
That's
10, our
a good
epic,
top
our
10.
masterpiece list, our
Yeah.
goats.
Yeah, I mean, it's all our opinion, but I mean, and we might have spoiled a little bit of things, but I mean, you know what? You can still enjoy. We didn't even spoil like 2% of the series. Don't worry.
Yeah,
There's a lot
man.
of
We
shit in
didn't
those
see.
series. If we spoiled everything, we'd be here for like fucking 5 years, right? So don't worry about it. So let's move on to our final topic. Every week we do 3 topics. It's our last one. Let's go over this. So, what is the idea of freedom in One Piece? What does it mean, and what does freedom truly mean in One Piece? And who in One Piece has the most freedom?
Yeah,
Start.
no, no. Yeah, you start.
I start. I
Anchor
start.
this.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. So I think there's a big difference between Blackbeard and Luffy. I think Blackbeard wants
Mhm.
really to become the king of the world, where I think Luffy wants to become the
Oh,
pirate king. So I think
I think
there's a
he
difference
said that,
there.
right? Did he say? I think he said that, something like that.
Zebek said that. Zebek said that, and I think Zebek and Blackbeard are
Oh
parallel.
yes, the back. Yeah,
Since
yeah.
Zebek won the king of the world, I think Blackbeard is Zebek 2.0. So that's what I think.
So you think Roger paralleled Zebek in the same way that Luffy and Teach, kinda? Like they stand for the similar goals?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
But Blackbeard wants to be pirate king, but what he really wants is to be king of the world. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like he
Right.
wants
So
the
he wants
One
to
Piece.
use that to be
He thinks the One Piece will
right.
make him king of the world.
So the One
But
Piece
Luffy
is
just wants
his
One Piece. Luffy
means.
doesn't want to be king of the
Yeah,
world, right?
fair, yeah.
Blackbeard
So
wants to rule over people. Luffy wants the
right.
freedom to do what he wants. He doesn't care about ruling. He doesn't, like he said, he doesn't want to conquer anything.
Yeah.
He just wants to have the freedom.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Teach wants to use the One Piece to become king of the world, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
He thinks
All right. Yeah.
he's in it for the power. Luffy's not in it for
Yeah.
the power.
I think that's
Um,
true, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
What do
good
you
stuff.
think?
Well, I think freedom can mean so many different things because there's so many different ideals in this universe, and the one big presence of in this world is the world government. They kind of control everything. So there's also that, like, what does being the most free person? Are you exempt from, the world government? Are you exempt from the way that the world operates? The system. And you have Ace, who's also a character who was, because of his heritage, he was never able to. I guess you can say he wasn't really free, but then he did kind of choose a different path with Whitebeard. And so you have all these characters, like for example, if Sanji, his goal, his dream, right? So freedom. So does freedom also mean the freedom to pursue and accomplish one's dream, right? So Sanji he wants to explore the All Blue. He wants to find all the
Yeah, I think that's a
ingredients,
great
right?
point. I
Yeah.
shouldn't
So
disagree. I
like
think that's a great point.
to be free to do
Because
what
none of the
one really
Marines really have
wants.
a dream. I mean, they
Yeah.
have justice instead. But
It's
justice,
justice, not freedom.
justice just means you're enforcing the law in your opinion. What's the law in your opinion? But to have dreams is something completely different to just following orders of a superior or doing things in the name of justice. It's a bit
Yeah.
different. You can't really dream, like your dream can't be like I just want justice, like that's a bit of a weird
I
dream,
just want
right? But finding the all blue,
a
being the
world
strongest
full of
swordsman,
justice.
yeah,
Yeah.
being the best navigator, like those are all tangible dreams which that those dreams are forged through emotion, through experience in your life, something in your life that you experienced,
Yeah.
tragic or happy. They made
Or
you want to chase those
overcome.
dreams, right?
Yeah.
They made you want to
Or you
strive for
have
that
to
dream.
overcome it.
Yeah.
Fucking okay, Roger or Mihawk, like the world's strongest swordsman. He's not the strongest character world by any stretch, but he's the top of his craft. So he's probably the one guy, like we see he's roaming around in his boat, like wherever he goes, he can go anywhere because he's the strongest of his
Yeah. I think that's
category.
like a literal meaning though. That's like more of a literal.
Yeah. So Roger, like we know that he has, as far as the flashback was concerned, he had like one more year to live or something, right? So maybe he wanted to live his life to the fullest. He wanted to do as much as he can within that 1 year. So that could also be interpreted as, freedom, the freedom to live,
Maybe
the
yeah,
fullest. Yeah.
maybe true freedom is the ability, the ability to be able to follow your dreams. So Luffy
Yeah.
at the beginning was the freest man already. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So when Luffy
Because he
began
did
as
his
a
own
fucking
thing.
kid, yeah, he did his he when he set out
He
on
did
his little
whatever he
dinghy
wanted.
boat.
Yeah.
That's freedom right there. He had a crazy
Exactly.
dream, like no one thought he could do it. He didn't, like maybe even he
He
didn't
didn't
believe
give
he
a
could do
shit.
it, but he
Yeah.
just went for it. That's the truth. Maybe he
That's
was
the
the
freedom, man.
freest man the entire time. Maybe he was.
Mentally to be like for him to basically oh, it doesn't matter what everyone else says, what the world says. Like I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. Like that in
That's
itself
freedom,
is
yeah.
a beautiful freedom. And another freedom, like this is kind of like on a much smaller scale, but Garp, like he didn't want to get the admiral rank. He wanted to stay vice admiral, so he can do whatever the hell he wanted. Like that's freedom in that sense, like in his vacuum, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah.
Rayleigh, like when he met Roger on that boat, like that fateful day, the two of them were free, like because they were just very ordinary. Like he was just chilling on a boat. Roger found him, and they went on a journey together. Like they did whatever they wanted to. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think freedom is the
When
ability
Luffy,
to follow your dreams.
when Luffy told Kobe, like when he encouraged him, well, I don't remember exactly, but like he encouraged Kobe, even in the second chapter, like from a cabin boy, like go out there. And then when they met in Water 7, like
Go out there, yeah.
yeah, like a long time after
Yeah,
that, he said, I want to be an admiral. Like, yeah, do it. And Luffy believed him. He's
yeah,
like, "Dude, it doesn't matter like
exactly, yeah.
what you think your limitations are. Like free yourself like from that thinking, or like free like who said you couldn't do it? Like believe in
Yeah,
yourself.
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
freedom, right?
That's freedom. Holy sh! Yeah, I think that, bro, I honestly think we just uncovered a gem there. I think Oda's gonna fucking take that and make it into into a message in the story later on. I
Into
genuinely believe,
existence.
because there's so many fucking characters like Sanji, Zoro, fucking Kobe, like they all have these crazy dreams, right? And
Yeah.
they're not bound by any sort of government. They do what they
Yeah,
want.
man.
They follow their dreams, man. That's no matter what anyone says. They're free in that sense. They're not strong enough right now, but I mean, they're still doing it. They're not quitting. They're still doing it. Like, why not?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That Post Malone song, man. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
what I want,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome, bro. Yeah. So that was good, man. I really enjoyed that. That was dope. So we're gonna go for our last segment now. So our last segment is gonna be a trivia. We're gonna pick a different quiz each week until we run out of quizzes, and then we'll change it up. But let's go with the quiz, One Piece quiz that goes up to Reverie arc. So this quiz only goes up to the Reverie arc.
It's like
Let
an
me just explain.
exam.
So the way this is gonna work is I'll go first, and then Kento, then me, and then Kento, then me. I believe because there's 15, one of us will get 8, one of us will get 7. Okay, how about this? We do 7 each. And then the last one, the 15th one, will be like bonus.
Bonus round. Yeah. All right.
We haven't looked at this quiz yet, so we have no idea what it's about. But it's up to the Reverie arc, and we should hopefully be okay. All right.
Mm.
Okay, let's go. So no Wano in this one. Okay, let's go.
All right. Start.
I'll do the first one. Throughout the series, the main protagonist, Luffy, had 6 bounties, including his current one. What is the total amount of his bounties, past bounties plus present? What the fuck? So the options are 2.83 billion, 1.5 billion, 2.73 billion, 2 billion. I don't know the math. I'm just going to fucking guess here. It can't be 1.5. Can't be 2. I'm just going to guess 2.83. Boom. Correct. All right, I got that right. So it's 1-0 to me. Okay, let's go. I got it right though. I said 2.83 is right.
All right, this is so my question.
So read the question before you started. Okay.
All right. Roronoa Zoro of the Straw Hat Crew is a user of 3 sword-style swordsmanship. Which of these swords does not belong to Zoro? A. The Sandai Kitetsu. B. Wado Ichimonji. 3. C. Kikoku. Or D. Shusui. C. Kikoku. Yeah, correct. That's the name of Trafalgar Law's sword.
Curse sword, right?
Yeah.
So 1-1.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Nami uses a bow staff-like weapon called Climb Attack. How many types of Climb Attack did Nami own throughout the series? Fuck. Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. It's always Nami, man. It's screwing us
So
up.
it's 4-2-3. It's 4-3-2 or 1. What do you think?
I don't know.
4.
Is it?
Oh, it's wrong? What the fuck? 3. No, bullshit. She got a new one. Oh, no, it's not in Wano, bro. Ah, fuck. Okay, so I got that one wrong.
So it says, yeah,
Hmm.
same. We both got that
No,
wrong.
no. That's just me, though. So that was my question. So you still, if you get this right, you're winning. If you get the next one right, yeah?
All right.
Let's go.
I pressed. All right. Usopp is one of the East Blue members of the Straw Hat crew. In the Dressrosa arc, he is one of the reasons why the Don Quixote family is defeated. What did Usopp do that made Doflamingo so angry? So A, he defeated all the executives by himself. B, he made Sugar pass out, causing all the toys to return to their humans forms. C, he became a god that resulted to Doflamingo's defeat. Or D, he destroyed the set. Nah, it's B, he made Sugar pass out. Yeah, correct. He is pissed off thanks to Usopp making Sugar passed out. And this is why he had the moniker God Usopp. All right, are we ready for the next one?
Yeah, ready. Okay, let's go.
All right.
In chapter 226 and episode 148, Sanji told the crew that he was born in North Blue. It is later revealed in chapter 812 and episode 763. The Vinsmoke named Sanji was revealed to be the family's third son. What is the main specialty of the Vinsmokes? Assassination. Okay, so business management, cooking, assassination, devil fruit exploitation. Assassination. Boom.
That was easy.
That's easy.
All right, next.
3-2. Okay, next. Let's go. Sure.
What is the name of the kingdom that is led by Vinsmoke family? Ah, come on. Germa Kingdom, Gamer Kingdom, Regma Kingdom, Mega. All right, Germa. There we go. Yeah, name of the kingdom led by Vinsmoke is Germa. All right.
This one. A Zoan-type devil fruit user can transform into 3 different forms: full form, hybrid form, and the original form. But unlike the normal Zoan-type user, Tony Chopper of the Straw Hat can transform into more than 3 transformations. After time skip, how many transformations can Chopper transform into? Oh shit. 7? Yeah.
Nice. That was nice.
That was
Brain, heavy, walk, jump, arm, guard, horn, and monster point.
I couldn't name them all, to be fair.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, next. All right, so throughout the course of the series, the Straw Hat crew have 4 devil fruit users. One of them is Nico Robin. What is the name of Robin's? Oh, come on. Flower fruit, hands fruit, body fruit, jack off fruit, blossom fruit, fucking flower, I think. Oh yeah.
Focus, man. That was easy. All right. Next. Cyborg Frankie is the 8th member of the Straw Hat crew. The crew met Frankie in Water 7, which is located in the first half of Grand Line. However, Frankie stated that he was not born in Water 7, but from what sea? Oh, fuck, dude. I always get the hard ones, dude. What the hell? That's fucking hard, dude. Do you know this?
I forgot. I don't think he's from North Blue, though.
It's not North Blue, not New Worlds. So New World, South Blue, North Blue, West Blue.
It's either West or South. I mean, take your pick.
West Blue. Fuck. South Blue. Yes. Got it right. I knew it was South. Trying to throw me off there, huh, bro? Trying to make me get the wrong answer. I'm kidding. Okay, ready?
Right, next.
That was a tough. Dude, I'm getting the tough ones, man. Let's go.
All right. Soul King Brook was already a pirate before even joining Straw Hats.
Oh, come on. That's fucking easy.
Music pirates, Yorkie pirates, singing pirates, Rumbar. Yeah, it's Rumbar.
Oh my god, that's so fucking easy, bro. Orange. Okay. You're still winning by 1. Fuck's sake, man. After events of Dressrosa, the allies of Luffy during the Dressrosa arc formed the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, which composed of 7 pirate crews and who vowed to serve under Monkey D. Who was the captain of the 2nd ship of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet? What the fuck? I'm getting the hardest one. Cavendish, Leo, Sai, Bartholomew. What the fuck, dude?
I think I know which one.
I think it's Barto, man.
Nah.
Yeah, Barto. Boom. Yeah. Look. See, you would have got that wrong, bro.
Alright, what is the name of the celestial dragon that got stranded in Fishman Island? Fucking Saint Neptune, Don Quixote, Miosgard, Saint Charlos, or Doflamingo? Fuck, actually.
Doflamingo, dude.
You got stranded in Fishman Island.
This is easy, bro. Come on, this is so fucking easy, dude.
Charlos. Oh no, I got that wrong. I fucked up.
How do you know? What? Charlos like punched
I mixed them up. Oh yeah, he's
Oh
in.
shit! You
Oh
bottled it, bro. That was easy. You bottled it.
yeah, that
I
was like a
might bottle it
penalty.
though. I might.
That was like a
That was.
penalty kick. I just
You
choked.
bottled it, bro.
Don Quixote Miosca. Oh yeah.
Luffy's
Alright.
bounty is 1.5 billion. Who is the first character to be revealed that has a
Oh, easy.
10-figure
Really
bounty?
easy.
Katakuri, Monkey D, Big Mom, Jack the Drought. I think Jack the Drought. Boom.
Yep.
That was fairly easy. Oh shit!
Alright.
You bottled that one, dude. How? Just by process of elimination, you could have got that. All right, let's go.
Charlotte Mondior is the 19th son and 30th. What the fuck? 30th child of Charlotte family and executive of Big Mom Pirates. He's also a supporting antagonist during Whole Cake Island. What is he a minister of?
Oh shit!
Oh shit! I fucked this up.
Charlotte
Alright.
Montour.
Minister of cream, jam, candy, or
I know
cheese.
this
Well,
one.
I know it's not cheese. I know it's not candy. I think it's jam. Oh, it's cheese.
Yeah, I knew it.
He's the
I knew it.
the minister of
Oh,
cream is off.
dude, I'm winning now from
Man,
behind,
Whole
bro.
Cake Island, bro. Whole Cake Island. I don't remember
Dude,
shit
what is this?
from
Which
that
question is
fucked
this
up.
one? Don't go next yet. 1, 2, 3.
That was the
Oh, it's
13th.
our last question. So we're gonna say our answer at the same time. Okay, on 3, 2,
Right.
on 1. What is the name of the 3 ancient weapons? Okay, we both know this.
Yeah. Let's go.
Pluton,
See.
Neptune, and Uranus.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, easy. Okay, so I
Pluton, Poseidon, and Uranus.
yeah. So I won that.
All right.
8-7. Sorry, no. What was the score? 7-6. Is it? No, that's up to 15. Yeah, 7-6 because we got 2 wrong. Yeah. 7-6. Boom.
Bro, how do like the question that I messed up, right? How does only like 26% of people got it correct, man? I'm actually because that's an easy one. I think they also bottled it. They also
How did they
showed-
bottle that though? That's so easy.
I think they did the same thing I did probably. It was either like for some reason I don't know, man. They both look so similar. Charlos and Moss God.
That was so easy, man. That one was this. Like, come on, it can't be Doflamingo. It can't be
Of course.
Charlos.
I think they had
There's
Neptune.
King
man.
Neptune. Yeah, it can't, like, by elimination, it has to
He
be
was-
Milsgard.
King
And
Neptune was
Milsgard appeared
stranded.
in Reverie. He appeared in Reverie.
Yeah, he actually. I think he
He saved
reformed,
Shirahoshi.
right?
He saved
Yeah, he
Shirahoshi.
reformed. He changed. Yeah, I remember
Amazing.
that. Just the
Bro,
fucking
that was
name, bro.
you bottled
God
that,
damn
and
it.
you bottled the other. What was the other question you bottled? The Minister
The
of Cheese.
minister.
Okay, that was fairly challenging, but I knew that one. I would have got that.
I don't even know who they were talking about, bro.
I know. You know what? No,
19
that's
fucking-
that's a hard one, but I just
Nah,
for some reason
no
remember
excuse. No excuse.
that. No,
But yeah,
that
it
one was
fun.
hard, but you bottled it on the Celestial Dragon. You bottled it.
That was
So,
fun.
but it's okay. You won the
was
first
funny.
one. You won the first one. I
It's
won
all
the
good.
second one.
This was fun. It was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. So we're tied in trivia. We might post the other trivia. Maybe.
The other trivia is only like 5 questions though.
No,
Right.
it was it was 10. Yeah, 5 each. Yeah. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
one wrong. So, but it was bullshit. We know that. Like how many? What was it like? What fruit does Nami have, or like something on her?
Dude,
Like
even
it's
the
orange,
question,
tangerine, something like that.
even the question
was
you
it?
got wrong on this one was related to Nami as well, like the climate tag.
Yeah, dude, I swear she had 4, man. Cause think about it, the first one, right, in Alabasta, the shitty one, and then
Yeah.
she had Water 7, right, and then she had Post Time Skip, and then she had another one in Whole Cake, right?
I don't
Right?
even remember, dude. I'm so glad I didn't get that question. But then I still lost. So.
Maybe not Whole Cake, but maybe it's in Wano. But she got another one as well, like in between, like in Punk Hazard, didn't she get a new one? Or just after Punk Hazard? I'm pretty sure she got 4, but either way.
I think she got an upgrade in the whole cake, right?
Yeah, like before, definitely she got 2 upgrades in Post Time Skip.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, so she got one right after from Weveria, right? And then
Yeah.
she got another one in Post Time Skip. So one
And then-
in Post Time Skip. Yeah.
Wait, what? Usopp gave her one as well.
Yeah, so she had 4.
Yeah.
Bullshit. But either way, you know what? I won. I'll take it. 7-6. Yeah, that was dope.
Good. Yeah, that was
So,
fun, man.
So that concludes episode 2 of the One Talk One Piece podcast.
This is episode 2? All right.
It's episode 2, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You have to edit that out again. Jeez,
No, we don't
every
have to.
time we end a podcast, we always have to edit out something that you said
It's
at the end.
authentic. It's authentic.
Yeah,
Keep
we
it
won't
real.
edit it out. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. All right. So hopefully there's gonna be a chapter next week,
Yeah.
and we will always be there to review it. And again, we want to start a question corner. So once we start getting comments, ask us any question about One Piece or even about anime
And we'll answer.
or anything. Honestly, anything. And we're gonna answer it for sure. Like, for sure, we'll answer your question, and we'll even read out your name. We'll give you a shout out. Yeah.
Straight up.
One quick thing, Kento. Is there any like other One Piece YouTubers you want to shout out just for this episode? I just thought we should do it because we've been listening to a lot of people like King of Lightning I have at least. So some of these guys have like given me the idea to start the podcast, and I just want to shout out a few names. I'll go first.
Yeah, go first.
I'll shout out King of Lightning, OG. I'll shout out Red Force Podcast. Shout out Brago Diaz. Shout out Tekken 101. How about you? Any
Yeah, I'll
shout
shout
outs?
out yeah, King of Lightning, the GOAT, and then yeah, man. Red Force, they're damn good. Who else? There are a few others. I guess that's it for now. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
so those are our shout outs. And we'll see you all for episode 3.